Well, do you know what I like? I like tracks. What I don't like is figuring out that I have to commentate on this stuff now. It is the Darlington 500. No, the Southern 500. That's right. I think I've got it right, haven't I? Tell me, chat. Tell me if I've got it right. Welcome, everybody, to the Darlington Raceway here for the Southern 500. I think the longest track that we will have on the calendar this year for the major series. August 22nd, 2021. Wouldn't you think it's nearly it's the second half of the year? But you're all very welcome, and we again joined by Craig King. Craig, how are things in England?
Good evening. England's pretty nice. I was going to start with like putting some like Southern American accent on, but no, I'm not going to. Rob. I'm going to keep it clean.
I think we've already been schooled or we've been asked very politely to
bring the American style.
to bring the American style of commentary, but I don't think that's our kind of thing.
Well, I can hype this up right now because welcome, Rob, and welcome all to Darlington Raceway, the oldest active race track in America. Broke ground in 1949, opened in 1950. That's 71 years ago. This is a staple of the NASCAR Cup Series, to the point that nowadays it is known as the throwback race. And some of these drivers today might be running a couple throwback schemes. Just we might be talking about them down the line. So not only are we seeing modern stuff on these cup cars, we are seeing the old throwbacks. And by the way, when I run throwbacks, I love to have the Darlington sticker on the side, the old school NASCAR sticker. We're not having that today. One of the oldest tracks we were saying, it is a paper... Oh, no, it's not a paper clip, sorry. It is... I don't know, what is the right terminology for this? Oh, it's an egg design. It's an egg design. Otherwise known, Rob, as the track too tough to tame. Now, Rob doesn't know a lot about Darlington. I do.
I don't know anything about Darlington.
I myself has taken part in half of last season's NIS race at Darlington. Of course, if you do iRacing officials, this is a full-length race, as it is today. 367 laps. It is the longest race on the calendar for the major series. It is a tough race. You have to run the wall. I know that sounds weird, but you will see these drivers. You'll think to yourself, oh, hang on, there's loads of track at the bottom. There's no track at the bottom. You have just a couple grooves. Side by side is tough around here. And I'll give you an idea, Rob, of what we're looking at here. During my race in the official iRacing series last year, we went green for so long, the leader lapped everybody. And then there was a caution, and then I crashed out. And when I looked at the results the next day, that guy didn't even win. So, too tough to tame? Yep, this is too tough to tame.
I'm just getting an idea. We have also, amazingly enough, I have figured out technology, so I can do this now. I can move left to right. I can even move the camera around. We can get a clear view of the entirety of Darlington today, and we're going to be able to see everything.
Rob has a proper NASCAR camera.
Yes,
this is really NASCAR style with the looking around.
And also, I can even do better than NASCAR style. We can look up at the sky, and that's a very cloudy sky out there.
Yeah, 28 Celsius, that's 83 Fahrenheit. That's the track temp at the moment. It is a 37% humidity. It is 5:30 in the evening. Sim time in South Carolina. A lovely place, Carolina. I've only been there once when I had a plane, a stopover just to change planes.
Yeah,
a plane over. But we're about to be going live. By the way, current standings in the championship: Adam Ponte, 168 points. Sean Brown, 144. Brandon Kluge, 132. Mike Gaunt, 128. Colin Ward, 126. Jack Weddle, 122. Stuart Elder, 118. Eric Feek with 118 as well. Stefan Rossman and Chambroni both have 115. That rounds out the top 10. And just quickly, as we're about to see the pole position times where everybody is, shout out to today's sponsor, Sarge's Place, part of the Sarge's Veterinary Support Group. This place is emergency shelter and permanent housing for veterans in Washington State. And I got to say, Rob, when I saw this, hats off to whoever chose this, because the idea of having a charity event, a local charity. I know it's great to see like the national, international charities, but to have one just pinpointed for your certain area, I think is fantastic. I've always talked about how it's great the Americans look after their veterans, and Sarge's Place is a fantastic charity by the looks of it. So that is this week's races. This week's races? You get the idea. This race chases.
Yes, I do.
Wow, that was butchered.
What? Just because we have been out of the loop for a little bit doesn't mean that we have to be terror bad at promoting charities. But indeed, Sarge's Place is the See, there you go.
Hey, you're doing it.
See, there you go. You've got me doing it now. Darlington Raceway. That is not the correct triangle. It's 2 kilometers apparently. It's a mile, isn't it? Just over a mile.
Yeah, it's just over a mile.
Okay, then that's probably correct.
Yeah.
Most of cloudy is definitely correct. It's just 50 meters above sea level. Track temperature is 29 degrees or 85 degrees Fahrenheit with a wind at 10 kilometers an hour to the southwest. So it is going to be difficult, and the current time apparently is 15:31:28.
17:36 is the correct time. You'll get that fixed one day. Don't you worry.
It's not even. I'm having to rely on Atvo to tell me what the time is. Okay.
Fair enough. David Wilson Jr. will be pole sitter today. Adam Ponte is P2. Kenneth Reeder is P3. As it is traditional with America, I think we'll just let them go ahead with their first couple corners, and we'll catch it on the back straight. But as they come into the cookout court, turn 3, this is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. The Southern 500 live from Darlington Raceway as the pace car comes in. Starts. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait. Now! I gotta be honest, Rob. That
was the quietest start I've ever seen. It's actually very
there was a lot of bunch up. There was a lot of bunching up at the back though, because of at the back due to the fact that one lane did not go. I think Wilson had a little bit of a stutter start there. Got caught out with when the green flag came out. He does have the lead, and it's just really just a case of just setting yourself in now. Meanwhile, you've got Jack Weddle and Jambroni battling with Jack Weddle, and you know, Weddle's trying to look for that move, and you can just see it's tough to make a move down here, but he's managed to get it underneath these fresh tyres. He will be able to do this now, but as the run goes on later in the race, he won't be able to until he'll have to pit for these tyres. He is the first one to make a move, though. Weddle, the first overtake of the day. We just got another 365 laps to go.
And we do have this one, Brendan Kluge. He's looking, and as we can see, he's on the right-hand side of the number 012. As the 012 is trying to hold off, that's going to be the 012 of Wes Hurd Jr. coming around the 1-2, and he's going to look onto the inside. He's got to get out very tight. Oh, it's very tight, and he just slides past. Very well done by Brandon Kluge going up into the 4th. He does. It's actually gapping pretty hard right now. There's a lot of gaps in the field. You know, we were talking about it before. I think sort of seeing that when you were racing here, it was actually quite. Quite green flag. But I think we're going to see a lot of that today. Well, when I say that, poor Stuart Elder's in the wall. Green flag is still going, so he's hit the wall on his own. Let's have a look-see, see what happened to him.
Well, it looks to me like he just went a bit too high. The 92 there of Colin Ward may have just thrown him off a bit there, getting scrubbed up the wall. I think that's what it was. It was more he was just getting scrubbed up the wall, but Elder, unfortunately, going down a couple places because he's got Corbin Solomonson behind him. I know that says Chiefs. It is not the Chiefs car. It is the Hanson Brothers car. I know what it looks like, but it's not what you think. So as we continue to look, like I said, it's going to be like this for a while. There's no point at the moment to make a lot of overtakes. We saw it, Rob, with Daytona. We saw it with the Musket 500 as well. This is the type of time where you just want to get yourself near the end. You just want to make sure you're not getting yourself lapped. You're not putting yourself in bad situations. You just want to go on, which is surprising that Weddle wanted to make that move earlier. But you can just see the top 4. Kluge, Reeder, Facamonte, Wilson. they're all so far ahead at the moment. In fact, Reader and Kluge in their own little battle, and Ponte and Wilson Jr., they're in their own little battle as well. So very interesting to see just how these drivers are pulled away. And I suppose that's a testament, really, that some of these guys are more oval experienced or better at oval than you would see for some of these other drivers who they do it, but their main driving is when it comes to the major series, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean. We're looking at David Wilson Jr., and he's cornering pretty flat. He's got 0.4 of a second on Adam Ponte. As we said many times, congratulations to Adam Ponte for, being so good. Everywhere he goes, it's just like, I'm just going to do my best. And he does his best. And he has a good old, what's the word I'm looking for? Good old challenge, I think, from the likes of David Wilson Jr., who will be his biggest rival coming into this race. And it's actually starting to prove a point because Wilson's cornering quite flat. He's not the fastest guy out there, but he's cornering quite flat, nice and neat, keeping it tidy. 7 laps out of 367 gone, or well, 8 now, as we sort of get into the sort of, what would you call this? The start, sort of the beginning of the race?
You're still at the beginning of the race. You're still setting yourself in. Tires will start. You'll start to feel the tires a little bit more now. You might feel the car just tightening up a little bit now, and you might see a bit more drivers looking for that wall, because nowadays iRacing has a better aero package when it comes to driving up the wall, and and also just driving anywhere around the track on most of the tracks. So the idea of running the wall, especially through 3 and 4, it's the shallower of the 2 turns. You can almost run 1 and 2 almost flat out at a brand new. Oh, that's Jack Weddle just having a scratch with the wall there. I just noticed that. He's not going to get held up there, but having a scratch. But you just need to just set yourself up right now and just hope you've got the pace. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And Kenneth Reader right now, he's just got that pace that Brandon Kluge doesn't have. Wouldn't surprise me if we see Reader looking for a move very shortly. A 31.83 was his last lap and a 31.68 for Kluge. So he might do it, but at the same time, like I said, he may just wait a little bit. But Weddle, off that little wall tap, he is still catching.
Oh my god. It's a throwback of all throwbacks. Papyrus.
Do you love it?
The 37 of Papyrus. It looks pretty clean, I'm not gonna lie. That red end, though, it's like, what's it called? It's like, a big old break, you like on the back of Formula 1 cars when they regenerate the hybrid system and it blinks.
Oh, yeah, and also the F1 rain lights as well.
Yeah. And all you see is this big red light peer out of the distance, like, woo! And, well, Kenneth Reader's actually doing this. Do you know what? This split's going to be the very cordial split because everybody's sort of giving each other room. But, I mean, the only incident that we've had so far is seeing, what's his face? Stuart Elder go into the wall. Every single one of these has a spare car, so it's at the end of the race if you have a major accident. But if you have too many little accidents, it could also end your race. So they do have to be careful. As 1 and 2 into the 3 and 4, as you can see, nice and flat. Everybody's cornering. It's like, oh, we do have back here the likes of Jason Lutteridge under pressure from Wes Hurd Jr. Let's have a replay of that move, sir.
Pretty straightforward as well. Lutteridge there, just getting caught out there as well. Yeah, really great run out of turn 2. You can just see that from Wes Hurd Jr., and he is a very good oval racer. And you can just see just having that fantastic run, managed to keep his throttle down. That's the key thing, because some of these guys may lift off the throttle if they find their car getting a little bit loose, exiting a corner, probably just getting on the throttle too early. But Hurd really played that well there, and he does have that, and he did make that move. You can see he's actually starting to pull away from Lutteridge. In fact, Lutteridge is now starting to be caught by Wolfie to the Koto. So that'll be one to keep watching your eyes on. But if Lutteridge can just keep up with Hurd, maybe he'll be able to be pulled to the rest of the field. With Weddle and Brony just a second in front of them. So
Kenneth Reader as well. He's looking a very, very much like he wants to take on 3rd position. But the riding of the wall, as you said before, and this is the track where it's ride the wall or, well, try, really, because there's no track for you on the inside. And you can just see, as the camera sort of pans around, just look at that much tarmac. Do you see that dotted line? They're meant to ride above that. That's not a lot of space,
Try it. All I'm gonna say is try it.
Yeah, try it. It's like I did it with mouse controls, and even then it was like, oh, I already know this is going bad. You can just see that is the car of Brandon Kluge. Oh, on the inside goes Brandon Kluge with major damage to his right-hand side. And there goes Kenneth Reader passing by.
It's like just a mistake there from Kluge there as Reader comes in. And he does take that.
Andy Banfield also having issues as well. He's dropped back a few places.
I think everyone's just having some issues. You also see that as well. It's one of the things as well. This is not me taking shots at anybody whatsoever. It's just general. Some drivers are just better hot lappers, the better one-lap runners. They've probably got a setup that works better for that single lap. I know I'm that type of driver when it comes to oval. I'm terrible at hot lapping when it comes to road. But on an oval, I can really push it hard for one lap and get a decent time. When it comes to the race, yeah, we don't talk about it.
You burn the lap. You burn the tires off them, though, if you do.
Exactly.
Like,
that's Ronald Overbay. He's had a moment on the front stretch, and he has spun as well. There comes the caution. If he stays low, he will stay low. Looks to me like he just had a moment letting lap traffic by. Or did he just lose it already? No, he lost it already. He struck the wall in the exit of 4.
Let's have a look. Ronald Overbay, and you can just see he's actually struggling in the 1-2. That's how close the wall is, and his car is having to sort of... Oh, he really... Oh! No! Lost it. And you can just see there just the 2 walls that he hit. And obviously... Oh no, he had already lost it before. Oh, and that's why the competition caution came out. He came back up, he spun it around. It is going to compact the field. Ronald...
Do you call it the competition caution?
Yeah, competition caution. Yeah.
No, it's just a normal caution. Competition caution was made by NASCAR to have a caution to drive it so teams could check their cars because they couldn't do any practice. So most of the races this year have competition cautions.
Oh, right.
Wolfie to the Koto comes in to the pit with Simon Thorns. One thing I was going to say as well, Rob, they only have 10 sets of tyres, not including the ones they start with. So 11 sets of tyres overall, which doesn't sound bad. You get about, 15 for Indianapolis, for the Indy 500 when you're in IndyCar. But those tyres wear out more than these. But one key thing is if you're going to be taking full fuel, you take all the tyres. You won't see a lot of drivers go for like 2s. Although saying that, I think he did take 4. It's one of those things as well, because when they brought in tyre limits, the idea of taking 2 tyres went out the window in iRacing. One of the key things as well is if we see green flag pit stops, we will see tyres. Because the time it takes to put fuel in is the same amount of time it would take for those jacks to go up and 4 tyres get put on that lovely car.
Well, I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? I don't think people are actually pitting. The cars that stayed out have been the top 10 runners. Just to give you an update on the pros are actually still running, so we are the first to have a caution. I was about to say competition caution again, but 20 laps in on lap 21 out of 367, just over 15 minutes gone. Presumably, we're here for another 3 hours, according to our top stopwatch.
Yeah, 3 hours. And that is NASCAR.
Yeah, well, the internationals went on for 4 hours and I think 10 minutes. The amount of cautions they had. So that is the one to beat. Hold me.
I mean, I'm prepared for it. When you come into a big race like this, when you're doing NIS, you know it's going to be a long time, and you know that you may have to be here for 3.5, 4 hours. You get the guys that go, oh, hang on, I signed up for this Daytona NIS race not knowing it was the full length. And I'm like, do you not check? Like, no, I'm not saying do you not check the forums for the special events calendar. Like, do you not check the UI to say it's a full length? But you sign up knowing what you're getting. Of course, we were saying this is going to be the longest race of the year. Longer than Daytona. Longer than any 2.4-hour race we've done. And even longer than the Musket 500.
Lights go off. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. To be fair, at the very same time, why are they so long? Why is the 500 so long? Why can't they just be like 300? It's a much nicer number. And same number as a great movie as well. Go check it out. 300. It's a nice movie.
There are other movies are available.
Yeah, of course. You have to be the BBC. Other movies are available. Let's go out on the pace car. They're going to be returning to the track on lap 23. Sorry, correction. They're going to be returning racing on lap 23. First caution pulled by... That is going to be Ronald Overbait, who rejoined the track and spun around after having struck the wall. And we've had no other drivers apart from him take a fast repair, so he's already taken a fast repair. 5 other drivers have gone into the pits for tires and fuel, but we are back racing here once again.
Pace car goes in. Remember, it's an early pit lane here at Darlington nowadays, so they got to go round 4 to the start line, and this time Wilson will get going. There's a little bit of hesitation on the first start. You can see that he is going to gap Ponte, and Ponte will get into that gap that Reader left him. There's a little bit of respectful driving by everybody. There's no need to be hell-bent for leather right away, and it's the same all the way around the field. One car at the back looks like they're getting swallowed up. That is the 115 of Stuart Elder. He has had a really bad start. I don't know if he's just holding back or not, or is that... No, that's the damage. Remember we were saying he hit the wall? He never came in to fix that damage. And he went from 11th to 16th, all at the start there because of the aero damage at the front of that car.
I wonder if we can get... He's actually...
Oh, hang on, a car in the wall. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Mason Marzoff almost in the wall from Colin Ward for the 57 of Simon Thorns there.
The 3 of them are teammates, though. Oh, he's in the wall again. Oh, having to check up. There, that is going to be Colin Sullivanson on the bottom of the car number 5, having to check up after, I think, his teammate, the 187, hit the wall and bounced out. So the Chiefs car in some serious trouble. I actually do want to see that again, because I try to get an idea of which car was what, and he's coming all the way to the back.
It was Simon Thorns just making... I think Thorns was going to make that move, but he went in too hot. He got washed up, which is basically just going away from the apex. Well, I use washed up in all types of motors in motor racing. He got a little bit washed up on the apex, just went up a bit, and I don't think that the Hanson Bros car realized what was going on there. So he got put into the wall, and then he got put into the wall again when he knew he was avoiding his teammate Brandon Kluge. Just losing a spot now to Wes Hurd Jr. as well, as Hurd continues his run back up. He's now in 4th, just watching that replay. Front 3 of those separated by just a second. Wilson Jr., Ponte, and Reader. Hurd is going to try and catch up to them. Not sure if he can, but... Well, not sure if he will at the moment. It's going to take a little bit of a time. The Hanson Bros at the back. I mean, we saw something like this last time some of these guys were racing, didn't we? Some of them just holding at the back at Daytona, wasn't it?
I think it was Daytona, yeah, when they were sort of, you know, I wouldn't say dawdling at the back, but they were certainly not too pushed to go over, and that's Ponte. He's actually relinquished that position to Kenneth Reader. Not a great exit out of 3. Oh, Kenneth Reader into the wall, checking up there, striking the wall quite tight on the 3 and 4. And oh dear, I just see what's on the front of his car. It's the NR 2003 logo.
Oh, yes. I know some of the cars were doing that. In fact, you say that is what Adam's car, Adam Ponte's car, is this week. He was one of the things that he's just losing a position to Hurd right now.
Relinquishing another position.
Yeah.
He's not fighting. He's not fighting the position necessarily. And again, Reader in the wall. Look at him there. That red behind of the Toyota Camry. In between the 102 and Ponte's viewpoint, you can just see that he's actually checking up quite a bit of ways. These tires are actually already melted.
Yeah, I would say these tires are starting to get a little bit old right now. They're probably down into the 60% wear, maybe judging at the temperatures actually 28 Celsius. You're still looking at the 70% wear at the moment, high 70s, but that still means that the tires are a little bit worn out. And look, Wolf Di Todikoto, he pitted. Now look how far back he was after pitting. He's now up to 5th, and he's making the charge. You can just see the time differences. He's doing, well, what's Hoto doing? He's doing 30.254, 39.31 for Ponte. On a road track, you'd think half a second not too bad. That's crucial around an oval. You can just see, And Adam's not going to fight this. He goes low. He lets Wolf do it. And I tell you what, for anybody who wants to know how to race Darlington, that's what you do. If you're getting lapped, you go low. Because if you try get wrapped at the top or overtaken at the top, it's hard. But I think Adam has indeed cooked those tires just a little bit. But Hoto there.
Yeah, we're just looking at Hotho. Yeah, he's doing very well. He's actually got a very neat line coming through 1, 2, and 3, and 4. The guys ahead of him are actually trying to fight to stay at the wall, really. And look how much distance he's actually gaining, but he is scrubbing them tires quite hard. And 1-0-1-2. Ooh, crikey, that was very close. Ooh, that was very close. Coming through 3 and 4, passing the 102.
That's grip. That's grip. To make the move on the exit of 4 there, that is the show of what grip he has on those brand new tires that he pitted lap 19 for, compared to Wes Hurd, who has not pitted yet, and we're on lap 32. And you could just see that Hurd's unable to get on the throttle right away, otherwise the back is going to go, or he's going to get tight and he's going to go into the wall. But Wolf Dietrich, he's able to just go, and look at him right now. He's right on the back of Kenneth Reeder. I apologize for that noise in the back. He's right on the back of Kenneth Reeder. He's going to get the overlay. He has to run, but he does not make it here. Does not force it too wide, but I bet you he comes out of 2 right now. All the throttle on. He will be looking for a move. He'll have the run as he closes in, but I don't think he's able to. Having new tires does help, but at the same time, you do need to drive the track. So that's what Wolf Dietrich's doing right now. I think he may make it, though. He is.
Yeah,
he is.
that is
Reeder's done
Reeder again, striking the wall. Look at him. He's now struck the wall at least 5 or 6 times on the 3 and 4, and he's now looking at Wilson Jr. You see if he can make the move. He has half a second back coming through the 1 and 2. It is lap 33. Correction, 34 of 367, and Hotho is on the charge.
We're a 10th of the way through. We are a 10th of the way through. And you can just see he's making that move. It's simple. It's simple. When you've got those newer tires, you can just hold that bottom line, and he's just done that. He's got what I almost call like a Juan Pablo Montoya line, as he loves doing that, almost like the IndyCar line is why they call it Juan Pablo Montoya when it comes to NASCAR. He's just able to hold that middle groove of the corner. Does fantastic. But the question is, taking the tires like he did, it's helped him. But what if there's no caution? Because everybody else is going to be pitting. Does he go with the rest of the does he go with the rest of them? Does he stay out longer to hope for a caution so he can pit under the caution? Well, that is the question. It is a tough question, but already with those fresher sets of Goodyears, he's half a second ahead of David Wilson. That's, you don't get that a lot, and you don't get that a lot in normal racing when the levels are where the balance is completely level. But when you've got a guy with 15 lap old tires versus a guy with 35 lap old tires, I think the lower number wins.
Yeah, he's used them tires very effectively, but I think it would countenance that he would be praying and hoping that I keep saying competition caution, but just a normal caution comes out at some point. Corbin Solomon, by the way, just went down into 15th position and is still losing track positions where he should be holding as much as he can. And that is Jack Weddle. Where has he gone? Jack Weddle, where have you gone, my boy? No, Jack. No, I think it's happened. The curse has happened.
Jack, if you can hear us. No, he's gone. That's a shame.
Oh, yeah, there it is. I can see it there now on my screens. He's lost connection.
That's a shame. That is a shame. He was doing well, actually.
Yeah, he
really
was
doing well to start. Colin Ward is currently holding off Mike Gaunt. Which is interesting because remember, Gaunt did pit. And Ward just hit the wall! Ward just hit the wall! And I have no idea how Gaunt did not make contact with Ward there. And now he's got the speed. But Ward, in the all black 92, does not have the speed through there. And Gaunt is pushing. He is pushing, and the gap is closing. They are matching times, but of course they would. But you can see Ward has gone high into 2. Gaunt was wanting to make that move, but he was unable to. I think he was just giving the respect. I think that's given him a little bit of a shake-up there. He could have made the move on the 92 of Ward there, but he could not because he got right onto the back, and Ward just making that mistake.
You can just see how much he's having to wiggle behind the car of 92. Colin Ward. He's trying to pass him, Mike John. He has the fresher tires. So it's 20 lap old tires or 40 lap old tires. I would imagine the 20 tires will still win. But I think he's not finding his groove, I don't think. I think he is
it's not that. It's not that. Those tires have started to give way a little bit for Gaunt. And I can just hear he's unable to get on the throttle when he wants to. But part of that is just the fact that Ward is down. I'm watching in the cockpit myself right now. I'm trying to see the throttle, the steering movements. And yeah, Gaunt's just unable to get on the throttle. He knows that the car is a little bit tight. So if he gets on that throttle when they're side by side, it's going to go into the wall. So he's having to just wait a little bit here. And I think that's why
Jan Brony has... Oh, no. You're gonna... Oh, crikey! That's a car gone off! The competition... The caution's gone out. He went straight into the pits.
That Brony going into the pits? That's Ronald Overbase, sorry. Overbase there, and Brony goes into the pits and misses. He hits the wall, so that's why there is none there. Overbay also in the pits for towing. Now, what's happened to Overbay? I think maybe because he's towed, that's why there's no caution.
No,
what has happened to Overbay?
He flew off the track. Like, I'm genuinely saying this. He flew off the track. The camera's
absolutely crazy. Overbay.
All I see is a car going off and into the pits.
So, Brony is in the pits getting repairs, getting a tow. I'm not sure what he's doing.
No, Overbay has retired.
Overbay's retired, but yeah, Brony had to use
his quick crikey, that is sorry. Colin Ward, David Wilson Jr. and Wes Hurd, both of them are in the wall. David Wilson having a bit of a more severe moment because it's
all going on.
Yeah, it's all going on. It started. It has started with the very old tires now really starting to give way.
And remember, it's in a small field as well, so they're going to see a lot of each other for quite a bit, especially the fact that now Dietrich Hoto, Wolf Dietrich Hoto, sorry, I apologize, there's a hyphen there. He's 2.5 seconds ahead. He's now put 2 lap cars between himself and Wilson Jr. This is why there are stage racing in NASCAR in real life, and I hate saying that, but you can just see they're waiting for a caution so they can just bunch up the field once again. But Wilson Jr., Hurd Jr. are both struggling right now, and Kenneth Reeder, you can see he's got a long run car because look who's right there. That is Wilson Jr. going high side by side of the two juniors, and Hurd will make that. And look at the run that Reeder's got. He looks like he wants to try and make him back off. He looked like he could have had a move there.
And we are not the only ones that are seeing some issues. The professionals are also having very big issues with the wall at the moment. They are suffering the same situation where people just want to go into... People want to caution. And want to caution so they can go into the pits and get tires.
You want a caution? Yeah, you got to cause it yourself. Take your own risks. Unfortunately, there won't be a lot of that on this because, of course, losing control of the car. Yeah, losing control of the car doesn't really bring out a caution. Not in all cases.
No. The way that a caution is thrown is that it has to be thrown if a car... Oh, crikey, that is going to be one car that's having a bit of an issue. That is going to be a lapped car, though, so all good. And we do have this battle. Jason Lothridge versus Colin Ward. Colin Ward, by the way, is still carrying damage from the amount of scrapes that he's had on the 3 and 4. You might be able to see it. Yeah, you're just about to see it. But he does have a huge dent on his front right section as Lothridge letting a faster car by, the car number 26 of Jack Weddle, who's got a new car with new... Or no, he didn't have a new car, he just has new tires.
He pitted. Yeah, he pitted. He took some Sunoco fuel, took some fresh Goodyears, and you can just see now he's on some... He pitted lap 36. We're at, lap 48 right now. You can just see, Weddle's also a few laps down, but you can just see how the fresher rubber is working right now. In fact, I just want to look at Weddle's tires. It's the 31... It was a 31-1. I think he's been doing faster.
He was doing faster, yeah. He was in the 29s at one point.
He was doing 40. Yeah, he did a 41 his first lap out after the pit stop. So that just gives you an idea. Colbert Solomonson as well. Now he's coming in. Now, some of these guys have been lapped, and they're also getting tired. That's not the best situation for them. But if they can't get a wave around, they've got no choice. They have to pit due to fuel. So I think we'll start to see some strategy coming in now. Hoto will not have to pit for a little bit longer compared to the rest of these guys. But Hurd, Wilson, Reader, they will have to start thinking about pitting right now. We're lap 50 or 367. I would reckon they got to pit. I can't remember the fuel tanks on a cup car.
Neither can I.
I think they got to pit shortly. And I'm just saying, I think Wilson Jr. is struggling with these old tires now. These tires are crying. Literally crying.
I wonder
right
who'll
now.
be the first person to have a blowout.
I doubt it. I doubt that these guys in this temperature track would be having blowout because you would need a hot track and you would be needing a lot of full throttle racing. You can't full throttle around this track. I doubt we'll see a blowout because I doubt there'll be enough laps for you to abuse the tires that much.
Why do they call it the Boeing backstretch, by the way? Why do they call it that? Is there any trivia behind that, or did they just like, yeah, it's Boeing?
I think it is just literally a case of sponsorship.
I still find that a bit weird that an airplane manufacturer sponsors a race. Or sponsors a track.
Yeah, no idea. I'll have to...
You'll have to,
no,
you'll have to consult your notes.
It is Boeing literally sponsoring them.
More pit stops, by the way, from Brendan Kluge and Patrick Ponte. They're quite away. I think the old tires really isn't suiting his driving, and he is now having to sort out how he's going to get back up and get back out there. He's taking a pit stop alongside Colin Ward, who's also just coming to the pits. The rest of the guys are really having to start looking at their boxes because I think it is practically at the upper limit now how much they can run.
Yeah, it's game time. I'm just seeing Kluge goes first compared to Pacquiao Ponte, and they will be coming around now. Adam's still got that racing for John on the front of that car. I love that in Kluge as well, with a little bit of a throwback. I don't like when you say ooh.
Yeah, sorry, Kenneth Reader. Guess where he struck the wall this time? You guessed correctly. It's going to be the 3 and 4. And
the line he took there. Did you see he went under the dotted line? There is no required raceway to race on. That line is a little bit of like a suggestion, but to start underneath it as you start the turn really is a bit risky. I've got to be brutally honest. But Reader trying to push Wilson Jr. They have to go as long as they can. But these two and Wes Hurd know that they have to stay out longer than as long as they can, because if they don't, like, where are they going to go? Hurd, these guys have 19 lap deficit to Wolf Dietrich. In fact, actually, I say that Mike Gaunt, who pitted with everybody, is coming in. Now, did he pit for repairs? He did, didn't he? So he pitted lap 19. Oh, not again. He pitted for repairs and da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
He has to go answer his phone. Now, we do have only 5 drivers that have yet to pit. They are going to be 2nd through to 6th. So Weser Jr., Wilson Jr., Kenneth Reader, Jason Lotteridge, and Stuart Elder. The 3 of these guys have to pit, and you can just see their cars going past them. Their lap times are crashing. 31 seconds. 32 seconds. And again, look at Kenneth Reader. Look how close he's riding towards the wall. And look how much damage he's actually carrying from having struck the wall so many times. The Papyrus will not be happy in him today. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be if I was hit against the wall that much. I'd be very angry. But his car is not going to be happy because his tires are now 57 laps old. Coming on to 58 now if they continue around. Only 3 left to pit. Stuart Elder, Andy Banfield, and Jason Lutteridge now just came into the pits for their pit stop. Wes Hurd, Wilson Jr., and Kenneth Reader are still out there. Oh my goodness gracious, how those tires must be screaming at them right now.
Help! I can't take this anymore! Please pit! Please! That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
Gave me a fright there, Genie, man.
I am sorry. No, they literally will be crying out right now. You can see the times. Like, everybody start the race doing low 30s, high 29s. These guys are doing 32s. That 2-second drop-off. I remember from the great town of McCulloch, Hey Tanner, how's Raidillon? It's
Hey, Tanner, how's Raidillon?
2 seconds. If you're starting to do lap times more than 2 seconds of what you're doing with fresh tyres, it's time to consider pitting. And again, 31.8, 31.4, 31.9, 31.7. Where's Hurd? How have you done a 31.4 on old tyres? Good going. But everybody's now doing 29s. You can see Reeder's got Jack Weddle behind him right now, and Jack Weddle on brand new Goodyears. He's just going to go right by with no issue. These guys at the front, Hurd, Wilson, Reeder, have to pit. I know it opens the way up for Hotto, but look how much Wes Hurd pulled in Hotto.
Oh, crikey, Kenneth Rains are going to be feeling that one. He struck the wall again.
I was saying, you can just see that Hurd has started to pull in Hotto, which goes to show you that these tyres now for Wolf Dietrich, they're what? Almost 40 laps old, coming to 50 laps old.
Oh, Kenneth, older, and he's missed the pits. He's missed the pits. There they are. Look, he's missed them. The tires couldn't slow him down fast enough. He's having to rejoin and go another lap. Oh,
that's a big mistake. Has he got the fuel for it?
Oh,
that's the next question.
He really is not having a good time out there. Look at his rev counter.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that when you look at his rev counter.
No, but I mean, like, he's them tires. Oh my goodness gracious, they are screaming because he tried coming in and he missed it, and now he's going to try again.
I reckon he's got engine damage. Because he could not get that throttle up as high as he would want to. What surprised me is, he comes in finally, but what damage has been caused, Rob? What damage has been caused from all that? Does he have engine damage? Will he take a fast repair? Will he try and repair stuff? Problem is, he has to make the decision now. Once he's in the box, he can't tick the fast repair button. So he's kind of lost at the moment.
Well, Reader, tell us, we've turned the camera around, can't tell us. But he does see his box going up. Oh dear. I'm having too much fun with this new technology I found. And he comes into his box to 37, there it is, and he goes. And he will have to get repairs, and he does take tires. I imagine so. That is the smartest thing to do. What? What is this? What am I looking at? Wes Hurd Jr. has caught up to Wolf Dietrich.
I was telling you. Hotto is unable to make a run on these older tires, and you can see that Hurd really has something going with these tires. Like, those tires are 64 laps old. I know we had a caution for about 5 laps, but Wes, how are you doing this? And he's doing it with decent times while the rest of the field is swallowing him up. Now the question is that going to make him suffer? Everybody else but these three have pitted. And just look at it. He is like a lapped car at Daytona right now. Anna Ponte's just overtaken him. If that's not a sign that you've got to start thinking about pitting, and Wilson Jr. has done that.
Ooh, crikey. Oh, that's the car number 187. Oh, Mason Marzelf drifting backwards. Oh, crikey. I don't want to be closer. Look how close he is to this wall.
No, they're going free wide. Are they going free wide? No, I thought they were going free wide for a moment.
Look how close he is. No, I'm just angling the camera over here. Look how close he is to that wall. That's not a big distance. That's very close.
It's fine. By the way, we're looking at this battle between Ponte and Kluge for 4th and 5th has really heated up as they're trying to go through the traffic. The 150 and the 40 here, they're really going for it. I'm just loving how they've been able to do this.
At 3rd and 4th now because they passed Wilson. Wilson has finally bit the bullet. He's now in the pits.
Oh, one in the wall. Sorry. That's Colin Ward in the wall. He's okay. No caution, but there is some scratching to the side of that car. Did he just lose it on throttle coming out of 2? He did. No, he struck the wall. Sorry to interrupt there.
No, that's all good.
Wow.
That's all good. By the way, we have now overtaken the boys in European Pro. They've had their second caution. The field actually got bunched up, and we had they had 2 casualties. But we're winning now, lads. We're the safer drivers. But do have a lot of issues with wall strikes because Wes, pit for God's sake.
Somebody hit. This is insane. We're at 68 laps. I didn't think a tank could go this long. And he's struggling. That car is getting tight. car is starting to get tight. But he has a run on Hotto, who's on younger tyres. Look at this.
There he is.
To 3. And he makes the move. And he goes for the lead. New leader. And they're still side by side. In fact, Wolf Dietrich has that run because he's on the high side. And Herd is struggling. If that's not a way of saying can't go low, I don't know what is. That was the best chance Wes has had all race. And the tyres just gave in for him.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got 69 lap old tire, and he's trying to use his vehicle to get into first. But like, I just feel to myself, oh, and he drifts up. Ooh, that's gonna be letting the car number 5 pass. That's gonna be Corbin Solomonson coming past, and that is going to be also the car of Colin Ward passing by. You can just actually see how much damage Colin Ward's. Oh, it is really. It's getting very tight between himself and the 115. 115 being Stuart Elder, letting the 92 pass. So Colin Ward, Stuart Elder fighting for position, and in goes Colin Ward, passed by Stuart Elder, and nice and neat, off they go. The two of them will probably leave Wes Herd Jr. out on his own because they just have much nicer tires. Or, well, much younger tires anyway.
Do you want to know number right now, Rob?
Go ahead.
23. That is the gap between Brandon Kluge and Hotto. Do you know what that means? That those two at the front, Herd and Hotto, have stayed out for so long that the rest of the field had practically caught up with them. Top 4 are on the lead lap now. That is how fast that Kluge and Ponte have
that's another
gone.
car into the wall in the background. They're losing 2 seconds a lap.
They're losing 2 seconds a lap, and now it's getting to the point that, like, you've got to pit. But if you pit, you're almost going to go a lap down. So surely they're waiting for a caution, but with no offense, I don't see a caution. I'm not knocking on wood. I don't see a caution happening anytime soon.
No, I don't. I imagine we'll probably only get one more caution, and that's about it. But we've been running green for now 50 laps, so it's been very clean since the caution with the one car caution. So, very.
And now where Herd comes in. Sorry.
Finally.
72 laps. I know we had a caution, but 72 laps? That's impressive.
I mean, I would have thought after 20 laps we would have all gone in, but I also probably would have been thinking to them. They would have been thinking to themselves, if this is the way it's going to be, we're going to have a caution every 20 laps. There's no point pitting.
But now this means that Wolf Dietrich's idea to pit early, get the lead with fresher tires, he must have been waiting for a caution because it's not happened. And now all that work he did by pitting early and going for a stop, it's not worked. Anyone who stayed out but pitted at a reasonable time, i.e. 20 laps ago, is actually the ones that have benefited the most, because we see now Adam Ponte, Brandon Kluge, and that it's going to be a lapped car behind them, are fighting for second place. And what we presume right now is actually the lead. Because when Hotto pits, he needed to pit about 10 laps ago, and he hasn't, and it's cost him dearly. So the stints are probably 50 laps before. We'll go with 50. We'll go with 50. I mean, that's a good round number. For Herd, it's definitely 50 now. He's done the 67, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But he's on tires. He's right trying to catch Jan Brony right now, who pitted lap 40. He's on 30 lap younger tires than Jan Brony. And there you go. Easy. No problem. Next up, Simon Thorns. 30 laps. Easy. Andy Banfield up ahead. 20 laps. Easy. Most of these guys pitted lap 50 in the 50s, the 60s. So Lottridge is going to have 10 to 20 laps on these guys, providing, and I am knocking on wood for him for this, providing it's not a caution. And now Brony comes in again. Jan Brony's coming again. Not sure what that's all about, because he pitted lap 50. What's going on there with Brony? That's interesting.
He's already used his fast repair, and the car doesn't look too bad, so I couldn't tell you. But, what I can tell you is that Hotto is still not heeding advice. He's still gunning it. And he's going backwards.
Think, Rob. Yeah, let's do some maths right now. Where's Herd pitted lap 72? So Hotto pitted lap 19. So lap 90 would be the latest really that Wolf Dietrich could come into the pits. No chance. No chance. If there's a caution, he's the luckiest man out there right now. But like I said, 17 cars out there at the moment. Remember, it's a smaller field due to the splits with Pro and Sportsman, what we expected, and I think that's the best way, to be fair. So we're going to see smaller times. Wes Hur's just done a 29.266. In European road racing, Rob, he's gone green. In NASCAR, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything apart from he is catching. He's got to unlap himself, and then the next car is 9 seconds up the road from him. But yeah, he's got to unlap himself, and he's 2.3 seconds away from Wolf Dietrich. I mean, if that don't say anything, I don't know what does. But
Wolf Dietrich just put in a 31.8.
A 31.8. And look at the rest of the field. Kluge, 31.1. Ponte, 31.2. Wes Hurd may have played a blinder.
What's going on? Why is he suddenly gotten the second wind of all of a sudden? What's this?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. Why does it feel like Wes Hurd has they almost came together there. He has unlapped himself. Why does it feel like Wes Hurd has an amazing long-run car? Because he was doing some mid-31s when those tires were 50 laps old. So,
well, there's now 60 laps old, and he's doing a 30. He just put in the 32, and it's kind of weird to say he's only a second slower than second place, but Brandon Kluge is also slowed up. His tires are now coming towards 30 laps old. I mean, they are starting to feel the pressure, and he's got a 6-second gap, but I mean, he'll have to pit, and they'll have to pit, so they can still play the pit game. They can still sort of go at each other with the pit game, and it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to quantify, really. I mean, it's difficult because it's now gone so long that we've not had a caution. We've not had a caution in 60 laps, and
unheard of.
What around here?
I mean, you get it in a long race when we're talking 367 on iRacing. But if you're gonna have sprint races like you would see on a normal weekday in iRacing, where you're talking 50, 60 laps, you're talking a 40-minute race, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get people really jostling for position. Fixed races don't require pit stops, so you'll see guys really pushing it to the rickety-raggedy edge. But when it comes to this, yeah, you shouldn't see a lot of caution, but it is unheard of to see this much gap, to see people on so many different pit strategies. How Wes Hurd managed to get this? If he comes in for an interview afterwards, I have to ask him that, because 72. That's 10 laps further than any other driver. That's unheard of. I'm sorry, I'm still disbelief.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd still wager he's probably in the same boat as what Wes Hurd was, where Wes Hurd was just sticking it out, and then only when the tire was about to explode did he come in. Oh, there's Barney. But I still would have wagered now. He probably would have seen the damage that Wes Hurd did to his campaign, and then thought to himself, "We'll probably pit now."
But he's not done that damage though, Rob.
Well, he has. Look.
Has he though?
Look now. Look at the gaps. Kluge is on the same bit of tarmac that he is now.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about Hoto. I thought you were talking about Wes Hurd.
No.
Wes Hurd's not done damage. Hoto's done damage. He should have pit at the same time as Wes Hurd, because he's losing the time now.
No, but I would have said Wes Hurd has also done damage to his campaign as well, because he stuck out way too long.
Now I disagree.
I disagree.
Because basically what he's done is he now has half a stint over everybody. He could pit at the same time everybody else is pitting, and he'd still be in the fray. But at the moment, what's the gap between him and Wolf Dietrich? It's only 20 seconds. He's doing 2 seconds. It's 18 seconds, sorry. He's doing 2 seconds a lap faster than Wolf Dietrich Hoto. He's doing a second a lap faster than Kluge Ponte. Wilson somehow just put on a 30.8. So those two are going to be catching up. Wilson's the one to watch at the moment, but Wes Hurd, on the long run, he's doing fantastic. And if you do the maths, 17 to 367, that's just over 5. Hurd, if it just goes green all the way, he'd be fine. He'd be fine to the end.
I wait to see.
But on the subject, Adam Ponte, what's happened to Adam? He's gone down the order. Has he struck the wall? I think he's just struck the wall somewhere. And, no, I don't think he has. I think he's just lost out on some time. But he's down in 4th now. He's not been doing well with these old tyres. I have noticed that. These older tyres...
Oh, Brendan Kluge struck the wall. That's going to be a massive accident. He's lost the lead. Oh, and there goes... Oh, and...
What's happened to Hotto?
Hotto is pitting.
Yeah, Hotto's pitting. Kluge up there. Not sure what happened
and
to Kluge.
Brandon Kluge struck the wall on the outside. And in went David Wilson Jr.
Wow. He was trying to make that move around the outside. I think he would have had it. And did he just tight up, get a bit tight? He got a bit tight on the exit there. So he will take that P2. Wilson Jr. will take the lead. Ponte does catch up. But like I said, Wilson, in fact, taking it a little bit longer, but 60, he's doing well for himself. Kluge could catch him. But that's some good driving right now from David Wilson. Like I said, the two juniors, Wilson Jr., Hurd Jr., I think they're going to be the ones to watch for at the end of this race.
It is currently going to be a 70 lap cautionless period. Very, very no caution. I like that. I like seeing no cautions because it kind of demonstrates how bad some of this stuff is, you know? Because we don't need cautions, we just need good racing.
It's interesting though, Rob, because everybody before the race was talking about there could be a caution fest. So
well, the international
yeah.
did definitely have some issues, but right now we're actually having no issues. We're just having, I think drivers are just trying to test the limits of the cars and then going beyond that even.
Like, there's loads of gaps at the moment. Loads of gaps. Closest battle out there at the moment, Corbin Solomonson and Mike Gaunt. But they're teammates. They're not going to be battling each other. They're just going to be happy as they've got Brandon Kluge and Jack Weddle behind them. Oh, Weddle, don't do it, Mika Hakkinen. Have to hold back. I thought for a moment we were going to see some free wide there, but nope. No, we don't. We're all okay. Weddle does lose not a couple places on the track, but just position on the track. But you can just see, oh my, well, now we go free wide. Whoa, that's Jam Roney just going right by. I think he's on a different strategy because he pitted early and he pitted early again. And he's just really zooming at the moment, but he is 2 laps down. Who has the lucky dog at the moment? Should there be a caution?
Wolf Hawthorne. Dietrich.
Wow.
He is the only person that is a lap down, so he'll get the lucky dog.
And to be fair, very soon it may not be because, Wilson will have to pit or, Hotto will have to speed. But Hotto is 21 seconds behind Jason Lottridge. So he'd have to go 10 laps before he even caught up to P6. But at the same time, that would mean he'd have to overtake a lot of cars to unlap himself. So may not happen. He may literally be the lucky dog when it comes to a pit. Corbin Solomonson, he now comes into the pit. And of course, some of these guys that pitted, 45 laps? Yeah, this is where they would start to look. So this is confusing me because I'm seeing so many different fuel strategies right now. This is more complicated than, and I'm an oval guy. Yeah, I did oval for a whole year last year. I can't work out what's going on right now. There are so many different strategies.
I'll tell you why I was thinking that some of the gaps were a bit off and on, because we were still in replay. We were still about 20 seconds behind the actual live action.
Well, here's a good little battle, Rob, because Brandon Kluge, Adam Ponte, and Wes Hurd Jr., they're reunited, and it feels so good. As Ponte is just going to be slow off the exit of 2, as Hurd will take that P3. I told you he's coming. Wes Hurd is now less than 7 seconds away from David Wilson. I told you he was in a good position.
Yeah, but David Wilson has similarly fresh tyres. I mean, they're only 9 laps older, but I mean, the grand scale of things, they're not too bad.
But if it comes to a caution right now, who am I betting on? I'm betting on those two, and there you go. Wes Hurd, again, gives a lot of space, and he's just going to dart down on the Boeing backstretch, and he will take that P2. I wonder if he can catch up.
I wonder how much fuel they're burning. It's going to be a lot of petrol.
Gasoline.
Oh, I think that was Wes Hurd having an issue. The entire thing just blinked on my end. It was like, ooh.
Pass.
Couldn't
All
tell
I
you.
can say is
Couldn't tell you.
pass. So yeah, Hurd is actually now, you can just see he's starting to really pull away from the likes of Kluge and Pacquiao Ponte. Cap is now a second. He's really using those tires to his good use. I mean, as much as I just like stage racing and bunching up the field after a stage, you can see why NASCAR brought it back, because it's really hard to keep your eyes focused.
Because the format doesn't work, and they're trying to keep NASCAR relevant. Ooh, sorry. am I saying some house truths?
Rob, I think your other microphone was unmuted there for a moment. No, my issue with stage racing is don't have the bunching up, don't bring everybody back together type thing. Do you know what I mean? That's my biggest pet peeve. But we could talk about that till the cows come home. I'm still a fan of the chase format.
I still don't like NASCAR.
That's fine.
I would still much rather they scrap NASCAR, keep the actual cars themselves, and then just do what the Aussies did. Make them ludicrously fast.
Supercars?
Yeah, but I mean, just keep them as they are right now. Just do track racing. Make them bearable to drive on the track, on a proper track.
But that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do with this next gen car. They're symmetrical bodies. I didn't realize how unsymmetrical they were until someone showed me.
Well, do you not? No. Just have a look at the underside. You'll see how unsymmetrical they are. They're literally only designed to turn left.
Yeah, but that's why they were trying a lot of road racing this year, because it's a warm up to basically see, hey, if we can do road racing, we get the numbers. Next gen, they're perfect for road racing.
I mean, you can even see it now on some of the angles that we have here. You can actually just see how much the bracing on the right hand side is actually it's to the right hand side. How much of the chassis is to the right hand side. A lot of the barring and a lot of the rebar is, if you look underneath the car, it is very angled to the right. Anybody would tell you that these cars are not road centric.
I mean, we did.
Honestly, if they're moving towards road racing, I mean, it kind of, what will happen to the ovals then? Will they just go back?
Well, it's not moving. It's introducing more road races. Kind of how IndyCar does.
You haven't seen the light then.
Yeah, you know how IndyCar does a lot of road racing and then throws in some ovals?
Yeah.
NASCAR's the reverse. And then that's starting to get a bit more
on Indy,
racing.
they make it nice and fun and exciting. I mean, who else wouldn't want to see... who else wouldn't want to see, 220 mile an hour cars going absolutely like the speed of sound and looking good doing it? I mean, the fact that IndyCar can do much better oval racing than the cars designed to go around ovals. I mean, there you go.
I'll tell you. I'll agree with you, but I'll tell you this: the fact that NASCAR has to put PJ1 traction compound says everything. Okay?
What do you mean?
That's it. The fact they have to put traction compound down on the tracks so they can run different lines, or they can, or they can do things with these cars, just says it. Because these current generation cars are not good for pack racing, for group racing, and that's why we get races at the moment. And that's what the next gen car is going to try and change. Who knows what's going to happen? It could be interesting, but currently, the fact that NASCAR has to try and facilitate good close racing with these cars says it all. I wouldn't say NASCAR's the issue. I wouldn't say it's an issue with NASCAR. I would say the car's the issue.
How? I wouldn't have thought
I just explained.
No. You're not letting me answer the full question. I'm not saying how, what is causing the issue, but how is it causing the issue? How are the cars themselves causing the issue?
Well, first of all, you got big ass spoilers on some racetracks, which don't help with the aero. The aero package as well. You can't. It's hard to follow. It's hard to do side drafting. It's hard to do a lot of side by side racing. And then again, especially when you've got these cars. When they first came out, some drivers said they were too easy. You could just put your foot down and just go around a corner with no issues. The next gen's kind of the same, but the aero packages and getting washed up is a big difference. But with these cars, you could just hug the wall, just go on all day. You don't really have to run a different groove. You don't have to run a different line. So that's why they put the traction down, because the cars can't do it. Whereas if they do it, so they put PJ1 down, you've got traction compound, the cars are able to go a little bit higher, they're able to do some more thing. But at the same time, did you see the Texas IndyCar race earlier in the year?
No.
So Texas has PJ1 compound.
Right.
IndyCar can't drive on it. Literally, IndyCar can't drive on it. So,
And why is
I don't
that?
know.
Well, why is that, though?
Because I'm not entirely sure. But they literally had no grip when they came on this old PJ1 compound. So I watched the highlights of this race, and the IndyCar could only run the bottom line of a race of the oval. Speaking of bottom line, Brandon Kluge's come in. Lap 106, he pitted lap 51, so he's got an extra 4 laps, but he has come in to the pits.
Wes Hurd also a second behind David Wilson. And so that is going to be shaping up to be battle number, 4? For the lead?
Yeah, we got some good battles going on.
I still will maintain my money's on Wilson, not Hurd. Hurd stayed out too long.
We can agree to disagree.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, like I said, we're what now? 18,
We're
90,
we are coming
90
up,
laps?
we're coming up to 90 laps without a caution yet.
Fantastic driving by the guys. Like I said, I know it's a smaller field.
But they are striking the wall a little bit.
Yeah.
They're testing the cars in ways that I wouldn't expect them to.
I know it's a smaller field, but as I was saying earlier, that's good for the series. And that's why there is a pro and a sportsman. And that's not to knock any of these drivers, because some of these guys are quick and we can see it. That's why we've had 5, 6 guys, 7 on the lead lap at some points, as Hurd and Wilson are continuing to battle as Hurd goes by. But the fact that you're able to have it's a smaller field, but it's a more competitive field. You wouldn't get these battles of Wilson, Hurd, Ponte, Reader battling each other. Hotto also trying to do it. You wouldn't have these guys as well around the back also having their little battles as well. So it really does help in terms of the quality of racing. So the fact that there's only been 18 cars here does not take away from anything, in my opinion. So
No, it's great. No. It's great to see.
It's great. I think the International only had one split, didn't they?
They only had the one split, yeah.
Yeah,
The problem was, I think, what was it? I think it was just one car. It just never stopped.
And you get that with a bigger field. You get that with a bigger field.
You can get that with a small field as well. You can get that with
everyone's
almost any time.
Yeah, when everything's bunched up, do you know what I mean?
Oh, as I say that, there's a car that's just struck the wall.
That Lottridge? It is. I think that is Lottridge, yeah. Oh, heavy hit. That is a heavy hit. And that maybe he's had to pit. He's had to pit. Robbie's missed the commitment cone.
He's missed the commitment cone. He might be getting a black flag.
Now, I've never seen that before. Never seen that before. But that, to me, looks like... I want to be and check his RPMs when he pits there. That might be engine damage. Because that was quite a hit at a speed. So he's holding at 3,700 right now. He comes into his pit box. Where is his pit box? There it is. Yeah, he's got engine damage. He's 3 RPM down.
Ooh. And he missed the commitment cone as well. He drifted outside. Oh, that's not going to be good.
Never seen that before, though. Never seen anyone miss the commitment cone. It is a tough pit lane. I've never seen even when I was doing it, it's a hard pit lane because you want to drive the car. You want to drive the car into 3 and turn off in the middle of 3 and 4.
I think he's got to stop and go.
We'll wait and see. Kenneth Reeder's in the pits as well, by the way.
And he's got damage as well. I think there's a lot of drivers with a lot of wall damage. I think they're using that wall to the fullest extremes, but I don't think they should be using it that much.
But if it's a 0x, you can get away with it. That hit that we just saw with Jason Lottridge, that's not a 0x. Might be a 0x, but the impact he caused did cause a little bit of engine damage. If you're scraping the wall like we've seen sometimes with Reader, it's fine. By the way, new leader, as Wes Hurd with those 8-lap younger tires. So David Wilson takes the lead. These guys are doing just over mid 31s, doing really well, and the rest of the field is starting to pit. Would expect to see Wilson pit. Where are we now? Lap 115. He pitted lap 164. Give it 5 laps, I reckon we'll see Wilson pitting. And for Hurd, we're going to wait for another 10, 15 laps. Again, I don't know how he did it. Just don't know how he does this.
Well, I mean, I'm ready to stand correct, but I still think he might not get it. I still think it'll be Wilson or Ponte or Kluge that'll eventually get there. But
I don't think I'll tell you the only way Ponte's going to win this is not a knock at Adam. He's going to watch this back tomorrow, and this is not a knock at Adam. The only way Adam's going to win this is with cautions. With no offense to Adam, I have watched his driving. It does not feel like he's comfortable in the longer runs when the tires start to wear out at the moment. But when those fresh tires, he's up there at the front, he's pushing, he's doing well. But as the tires start to fall off, not helping it. So on a short run, if we get constant cautions near the end of the race, last 50 laps with constant cautions, then we'll start talking about Ponte. I think he's just going to be there for a top 5 at the moment. Sorry, Adam. In another 200 laps, I might be wrong, and you'll hear me. But at the moment, it just, to me, feels like these long runs are not working for some of these drivers.
117 laps gone, 367 in total. So, by my napkin math, that means it is 250 laps remain. Oh yeah! Hell yeah! I got that right. Yay! I can do math.
Napkin maths. I love that. Absolutely love that. So, as we know, Wilson Jr., Hurd Jr. battling up the front, but of course, everybody else is pitted apart from Hotto and those two. So Kluge and Ponte are battling at the moment, and you can also see that Hotto is just starting to get a little bit, a little bit struggling there. And can I just say, Hotto being the last one to pit because he pitted on lap 19, look what it's done for him. It's not worked for him because he's now lapped by Wilson and Hurd. So when I was saying he should have pitted with the others, I'm right. Because look where he is right now. He's going to get swallowed up by Kluge and Ponte. Hotto is lapped because of pace. Kluge and Ponte is lapped because of pitting. As you can just see. Just look at that. There's 3, 4, 6, and 5th all together right now. Oh, hold it tight, guys. Hold it tight, guys. They do. As Reader just leads them away, and the 40 of Kluge, leads them away.
Reader needs to unlap himself.
Do they all need to unlap themselves? They will, though, because of the pit stops. Don't need to worry about that. All because of the pit stop, they will be able to unlap themselves. Don't worry about that.
I worry. I worry very much so.
But Wilson, he's lost a lot of time. Hang on. Have we missed something? Wilson's lost a lot of time to Hurd.
I think he did strike the wall again.
Oh, he did more than strike the wall, Rob. Did I just see him go sideways?
Oh, I thought struck the wall again. it's going to be my catchphrase. Oh, struck the wall again.
He's striking the wall quite a lot in the moment. He has no rhythm. He's losing a lot of time. Has he lost speed? It's the next question. He's sitting at quite good refs. I don't think those tyres are happy right now. He's got to come pit.
Well, they're 57 laps old. I mean, of course they're not going to be happy.
Oh, yeah. Also, I want to watch. He's not pinning this lap. Can I give a shout out to the Major Series? Because they've managed to... I don't know if it's by design, but...
Somebody just struck the wall very hard. Sorry, just go ahead.
The race conditions are cloudy. They're overcast. Now, why is that important? You know that Boeing backstretch?
Yeah.
At the end of the Boeing backstretch is the sunset. If you've got bloom, good luck seeing. Because you can't see anything down the backstretch when the sun's at a certain point for 30 laps. Like, literally can't see anything. And thanks to the conditions, they don't have to worry about it.
No, not at all.
I'll tell you who do have to worry about something. Wilson Jr. Oh, he's struggling. He's struggling with that car.
He really is. Yeah, he's trying to keep it together.
Look at the back of the car as well. I hate to say it. He has to take a quick repair. The spoiler's bent. He needs a quick repair. And I know that sounds horrible, but if he does not take a repair, he's going to struggle. And I can tell he's pitting. Just with the way he was. Yeah, there he goes. But he lost 4 seconds to Wes Hurd. That's not good. He comes into the pit. By the way, Lottridge spent an additional 50 seconds in the pit compared to everybody else. So would you say that was a stop and hold?
That was a stop and hold, yeah.
Yeah. Would that be a stop and hold with repairs, though? Because I reckon he did not repair. So yeah, that's just a normal stop and hold.
Well, his card looks a little bit better.
Might have taken some down. Remember, you do get some repairs when... Oh, Wes Hurd's in the pits. Hello? I wasn't expecting him in, but he's got a... Ooh. Mind you, I've just realised how damaged the front of that, the side of that car is to Wes Hurd. But he's coming in a lap after Wilson?
Yeah, he's pitted early.
Did not expect that.
Yeah, he pitted early.
So he's only done, what, 50 laps on those tires, on that set?
Oh, and somebody struck the wall. I keep hearing somebody striking the wall. This is constant now.
Welcome to the wall simulator.
He goes up on the tires, goes up on the jacks, takes all 4 sets of tires, and he's out.
Fantastic. Gets a little bit of damage repaired when he's on the, I'd say when he's on the jacks there. He'll come out in P3. Also, is only 4 seconds behind, in front of him. Wilson's going to be closing that gap. It's going to be 3 seconds. But he comes out 3 seconds ahead of Wilson. Wilson pitted, what, 4 seconds behind?
Yeah.
So, has he lost a second?
Yeah, he lost a second.
He did, yeah, he lost a second.
Wilson probably will have found his groove with those new tires as well, because he'll be able to sort of get back to it, get back down, get into the groove, and sort of sort something out. But it'll be interesting to see now. I'll be hoping to pinpoint exactly where stuff will go. I'm wondering if Kluge and Ponte continue to pull out good lap times against Dietrich, and can Dietrich hold up Wes Hurd? Because if that happens, Dietrich will be giving Ponte and Kluge a fighting chance, but it all depends. It's all very fluid at the moment.
Tell you what, is it the caution coming soon? Otto's the best man out of them all, because he hasn't pitted. And he's swallowed up by everybody at the moment. And if he pits now, he's going to go a lap down. He'd be able to unlap himself because of the tyres. But it's not the position he wants to be in right now. Wes Hurd just did a 29.157. As he's just overtaken Otto. Just like that. Just easy. Otto on now 50 lap old tyres almost. And Wes Hurd with just a fresh pair of rubber. Fresh pair of rubber? Fresh pair of shoes, sorry. That's the right word.
Striking the wall, and by goes David Wilson past a lapped car, striking the wall constantly. This is kind of being a common theme throughout this entire race. Striking the wall. It's been pretty common.
You know how to strike a pose, Vogue? Strike the wall. Darlington. It doesn't work, I know. So while we got a little bit of downtime, Rob, just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. Next Saturday, Raidillon TV will be live with the Predator Series finale at Virginia International Raceway. Are you excited to see... Well, I'm asking the crowd, not you, Rob, because I know what your answer is going to be. Are you excited to see Radicals, TCRs, and Mazdas drive around America's version of the Nürburgring? I've never driven it, Rob. I don't know if you have. I'm excited. Have you never... I guess you don't like VIR?
No.
You've driven it then. I've never driven it.
No, I don't like VIR.
Okay. Can you delve why?
Do you? Well, I just don't like the layout. I just think it's very like it's trying to be English countryside racetrack with none of the benefits in every single pitfall.
It's trying to be an English countryside racetrack. You mean to say it's trying to be an Olin, Parker, or Brands Hatch?
Yeah.
Okay. I when I do some research this week, I'm going to be looking for that, and I'm just going to be absolutely scared. By the way, it's also going in IMSA next season.
Why do I feel like that is a horrible idea?
Well, it's mainly because they are actually doing it in the real world. They are actually going to VIR in the real world. And once again, every time I say VIR, I want to say VAR, but this is not football.
This is not the virtual assistant referee.
No, but it would be better than the virtual assistant referee.
Ooh, harsh words.
Harsh but true.
I mean,
For the record, I still don't know how VAR managed to not overturn our penalty in the European Championship. Ooh, sorry. Wes Hurd almost just had to make a reactionary move to Colin Ward in turn 2. Almost tail struck the back of Colin Ward there, but managed to keep it going. That's going to cost him a little bit of time to David Wilson. But yeah, these times, just look at it. Oh, is he going to try and thread the needle? I thought for a moment Wes Hurd would have to go in the middle of 2 lap cars there. He did not. We're only got 6 cars on the lead lap, by the way. Didn't think I'd see that. This
a lot of drivers have been having issues. Ooh. I thought I just saw another one about to happen, but nope. All good. They seem to want to get very close to the wall.
Yes.
And then they don't hit it.
Oh, hello, Andy Banfield's hit the wall. He's gone very slow. In fact, he's hit the inside wall. He just lost the back of the car. He's lost the back of the car. And he goes into the inside wall. Surprised that's not brought out of caution.
Oh!
As he now goes into the pits.
Oh! Well, he didn't turn, that's why. He didn't flip backwards up onto the track. He kind of just went like a dart into the wall and then continued going like a dart into the wall. But yeah, his engine's a bit. If his engine is not going to explode while it's in the pits, he's a very lucky man because he whacked that front radiator some speed.
Let's. I'm just curious to see what his RPM is when he gets into his pit box. Oh, I'm pretty sure I saw that go down to 14, and he's taken a quick repair. He was 600 RPM down, if I was reading that right. 600 RPM. They start on 2,000 RPM, Rob.
Yeah. Well, idle now.
Yeah. Idly. If you're 600, if you're 600, probably 500. We'll call it 500. That's a big hit. So, yeah, he had no choice. He had to take that quick repair, and of course, he didn't even. I tell you what, in a good move, he didn't take tires. He didn't take fuel. He just got out there right away. In fact, actually, hang on. He's coming in again.
Uh-oh. What do you mean?
Did he forget to take tires?
Yeah, that might be a possibility. He might have forgotten to actually pit. He just took a fast repair, and that's it.
Yeah, I am surprised at that, but he was definitely okay in terms of speed. Because he took a quick repair anyway. So we know he took a quick repair. But hang on, is this a drive-through? No, he's pitting. He's pitting. Sorry, thought that was a drive-through for him.
If he got a drive-through, he's the unluckiest man in the world on this racetrack right now.
Oh, I just realised there is no drive-through. Usually there is drive-throughs around here. I know that myself from NASCAR, but no, 45x is the limit, and then you're DQ'd. So that's fine.
I wonder who's near that limit right now.
Mind you, with the amount of you'd have to do a heavy strike to get more than a 0x hitting the wall, and there's not been a lot of contact here, so I don't think a lot of people are close to it.
A guy can dream, right? You know, some
a guy
drama.
Can definitely dream.
Some drama.
Oh, we love drama. I mean, we want to talk drama. If we just got a little bit of lull time in the race, I mean, technically, well, we have got a battle between Lotrish and Brony going on for 8th and 9th. But I mean, did you watch a certain race over the weekend, Rob, around a French countryside?
That one that we can't mention the name of, but everybody knows what the name of it is. Yes.
No, we can. We just can't mention like the race elsewhere. So no, it is the Le Mans 24 Hours that happened this weekend. A very actually, if it's a feel-good win for me, if I'm brutally honest. I mean, everyone thought Toyota were going to win. They did have their doubts. We all had their doubts. You know, Alpine hasn't been tested on long runs. Toyota, we know they had brake issues. In fact, the 8 had an issue in practice. Glickenhaus had not been tested over any real distance, and so somebody in this broadcasting booth thought that an LMP2 was going to win the overall race, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I don't blame you. I at one stage I made a joke saying, "Well, Pablo Montoya is going to win the Triple Crown because all the other all the other hypercars are going to crash out, and LMP2 will win it." And I don't blame you.
What one was he in again?
Dragon Speed. They won the Pro-Am in LMP2.
Which one? The Car 22 or the 23?
Dragon Speed. The Dragon Speed.
Yeah. But there's multiple Dragon Speed cars.
Oh, hang on. I gotta remember this now. You're asking me questions I didn't know. I was just paying attention to some things. I can't remember. I actually can't remember. I think it was the 23.
Is that the one I put down? I think the number 22 Dragon Speed.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I didn't blame you for that. I don't blame you. I thought that myself.
I only found out right at this moment in time that Juan Pablo Montoya was driving it.
Yeah, he was in one of the cars. He was in one of the cars, and everyone was joking that, hey, he might have a shot at the Triple Crown because everyone's crashing. But no, it was feel good because for Kamui to win, Mike Conway to win was just beautiful. You know, for what they've been through, they deserve it. Do you know what I mean? They deserve it for everything they've been through, trying to win that race for years, and the number 8 car winning, and then for them to finally win it, just fantastic. And
I mean, the ninth time's the charm, you know.
I also don't know if it's like fate trying to pass on the bad luck, but then for WRT to have one of their 2 leading cars fail on the final lap.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, WRT, that's their first Le Mans. They won LMP2. Great achievement. First Le Mans, winning it. Fantastic. But they could have had both their cars on the podium.
Yeah, and then just to see that, what's it, the 41 just come to a halt. What was it that forced it to come to a halt?
Still don't know. But the photo of Kubica crying in the garage is hard to look at.
I know. I didn't see that now. I didn't see that happening. But I would have imagined the guy who was driving the damn thing would have probably very much liked to have thrown his wheel at the controls.
He would have. I mean, to be fair, it's like hang on one second. Wes Hurd finally getting the lead on Ponte with that fresher tyre. I was just saying, it's a great move there, but it's kind of honest. I've not watched back the end of the Le Mans when Toyota broke down the last lap. Literally, because remember, that was the first and hopefully last time F1 put a race on at the same time as of Le Mans. So literally, they cross the line, the engine breaks down, I flick straight to the F1. I couldn't watch it. That was how heartbreaking it was. So to see Kamui and Mike win was just so worth it. You could see how emotional they were, but it's just a shame it's happened again with WRT. Remember that, though, when Toyota broke down?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I was watching it.
I was watching. Like I said, I flicked over the moment I knew they broke down. They couldn't win, and couldn't win. I thought that was heartbreaking. I just remember Vettel was on the podium at Baku, because the Baku Grand Prix was the same day. And everybody was watching the race in F1 before they raced. So they knew Toyota was in the lead. They thought Toyota had it. And then Vettel gets to the press conference after the race, because they had press conferences back then instead of interviews in the pit lane. And he goes, who won Le Mans? Who won Le Mans? Porsche. What happened to Toyota? And literally just his face dropped, because everybody was like, Toyota's doing it, and then no.
Toyota did not do it, yeah. Toyota, unfortunately, went and not only did not do it, but didn't even classify.
Well, that's it. You've got 6 minutes. You've got to complete a certain amount of percentage of the race, but you've also got 6 minutes. The moment it ticks over 24 hours to complete the last lap. So, if you don't do it, you don't get classified. Because they actually I don't know if you knew this, Rob. They used to have it years ago where teams that like crashed out in the night would just get the car rolling and running, and just push it across the start line in the pit lane, because the start finish line was at the front of the start finish straight. Now they put it at the back, because they had teams that were like, well, we haven't done half this race, but hang on, the engine's running, right, get in the car.
Yeah.
Get in the car, we're going to go across the line, and we're going to get classified. And they were like, no, not having that anymore.
What's the benefit of getting classified? I don't get it.
Used to be for points, but also for the fact that you could say you completed the Le Mans 24 hours.
But that's kind of cheating if
Exactly.
If your car was spent 10 hours in the pits.
Yeah. Some cars would do it. Some teams would do that. I remember there was a battle for Morgan. Morgan had an invitation back in the early 2000s, and like they had to just do it. I got to stop right now, because you've seen this battle between Ponte, Wilson, and Kluge.
We are indeed. We're looking at it right now.
Yeah, they're back again. Let's put the Le Mans to the side for one moment and just look at this battle, because I think the younger tyres belong to Wilson, so he will come and grab Ponte again, as we've seen before. And just look at the closing speed. Wilson has to slow down as he's in the middle of 3 and 4. And there's Kluge. Kluge's gone into the pits. So I think Ponte will go in as well shortly. And then when does Wilson and when does Hurd go? Hurd's got a 5-second lead. Not bad for a man you thought wasn't going to do it.
Very true, yeah.
Very true.
Well, big if true, you know.
Big if true. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see if Ponte is going to be struggling there with Wilson. And Wilson, I think, realizes he doesn't have to do anything at the moment. Just needs to keep it calm on the track.
Cool, calm, and collected. It's one
exactly. Although Kluge finally comes out. Now, Kluge's going to be about 10 seconds behind them, but not on the same lap. That'll just give you an idea of where he comes out. It'll be interesting to see where Ponte will come out when he pits.
Emerges, yeah.
He is struggling out there at the moment. Wilson's right behind him, and Wilson might just be enjoying this a bit.
I just keep hearing the noise of somebody hitting the wall, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, but you know, Wolf. You got to. Oh, Wolf de Tecotto comes in. Now that's interesting. When was the last time he pitted? Has he tried to pit the same time as like the others? I think he has.
Apparently so. Though what's even worse is look at the back end of Wilson's. I didn't know how badly it was, but I looked at it again. I was like,
it's bad.
Oh right, yeah.
But thankfully, it's not a high-speed track, so he doesn't need to worry too much about that bent splitter.
Well, they still go up to 280, 290 kilometers an hour.
Sorry, we're trying to Americanize this. Could you put that in miles per hour?
280, 290 kilometers an hour.
Hey Siri, what's 280 kilometers an hour in miles per hour?
90 kilometers. It's 173.98 miles per hour.
174
Thanks, Siri.
miles an hour. Hang on.
That's still quite fast, actually.
Right, well,
I'll give you that.
Hang on a minute. Hey Siri, which is better, kilometers an hour or miles an hour?
Okay, I found this on the web for which is nice kilometers an hour.
Okay, well, they just did a Google search. No.
Ponte is in the pits, by the way. So he's, gone 2 extra laps, I think, compared to Kluge. 5 extra laps, sorry, compared to Kluge. So we'll see what happens there. That opens up the way for Wilson. But Wilson is 8 seconds behind Wes Hurd Jr. Just brilliant at the moment. Just great running from Wes Hurd. He started 5th, and he's now in the lead. Well, he's been in the lead for what, the last, I don't know, how long? We're halfway through the race. Well, no, we're not halfway through the race. With 200 laps to go. I was getting myself excited there for a moment. That's David Wilson. Now he comes in.
He's in as well. Is that an early stop?
I think it is. I'm trying to think when he last pitted.
And Jan Brony is coming into the bits as well. He's an early pitter as well, only 44 laps.
That's a 35 lap or 36 lap stint there for Wilson. And then you've got Wes Hurd. I reckon these guys are starting to think that they need to normalize their stints and try and catch up with everybody. Because if you think about it, if they
is this how you normalize your stints by pitting early?
Well, pitting at the same time as the rest of the competition to make sure that if they're short on, if they're good for fuel, then you know you're good for fuel. So expect Wes Hurd to come in shortly as well. That would not surprise me at the moment.
Fair enough.
I know it sounds weird, but because remember we were talking 40 minutes ago that we had no idea who was on what strategy. Now you look and you've got drivers a lap down, 2 laps down. Yeah, you got lots of drivers down on speed and down on pace. Yeah, we've only had 3 retirements. Ronald Overbay, Jack Weddle, Colin Ward, Mason Marzoff is 10 laps down, but it's still out there doing what he can in 15th position.
The only gap I'm seeing right now is between these two, Fletcher Ponte and Wilson Jr. The rest of the field is actually quite split up, and there's actually no real... They're all battling by proxy and by pit stops. I'm hesitant to guess when they'll join back up, but I'm expecting to see some shenanigans going on.
Crazy that we've not had an incident. Knock on wood, we've not had a caution since lap 19.
Oh no, we just had a caution.
As I say that, and it's a big one. Oh no, it's a big one. There's 2 cars with no hoods. It's Kenneth Reeder. Kenneth Reeder is out. Now, what's happened there? His teammate, Jack Weddle! No, it's not teammates, sorry. I thought they were teammates. They got similar designs, and it looks like Weddle just hit the wall. Elder, sorry, not Weddle, sorry, it's Elder. Yeah, he tapped the wall, and Reeder tried to go down with him, and they're both heavy hits. They both lose their fronts. That's a big one.
Yep.
Guess who this helps?
This helps.
That's good.
Yeah.
But this doesn't help anybody else because Hurd did not pit. Lucky dog goes to Brandon Kluge. I think.
No, Brandon Kluge's on the same lap.
No, he's got the lucky dog. Because they came out a lap down. Caution came when he was a lap down. So Kluge gets the lucky dog, but because this is what I'm on about, Rob. Wes is the only one that needs to pit. Everyone's going to get a wave around, which means that the likes of Kenneth Reeder, well, Kenneth Reeder would not have got the lucky dog. He was in the accident. But Mike Gaunt, they would have got a lucky dog. Now those guys that are 2 laps down are only going to be a lap down, but they're all a lap down now. Everybody's bunched up.
People are coming into the pits as well. By the way, we have had an accident in tandem with the American Pro, or not the American, the European Pros. They are also under caution after an accident, so we've kind of had one at the same time, really. But this one was a huge accident, very unfortunate as well. Because
can we clip what I said? Because I said, we haven't had an incident.
Yeah, and then all I hear is caution. The yellow flags.
I was saying that. I was saying that. I looked at my relative and thought, why is the pace car now being shown? Oh no! The only reason a pace car will be shown on the relative.
Why did you have to say it? Why did you have to say it?
I don't know. Right, Kluge, by the way, technically became the leader. Won't be the leader now. But what's interesting is Kluge comes into the pits. He uses uses that lucky dog to his advantage. So in using that to his advantage, he's going to be fine. Oh, and by the way, Kenneth Reader does not have a fast repair.
No, yep, that is going to be
Race done.
done. Race finito.
Well, did he get back? Did he get back to the pits on his own speed?
I think. Let me check.
That's the question. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's fine. So the question then becomes, what damage? Oh, I think I gotta just see this quickly. Oh, I saw smoke. His engine blew up. His engine blew up in the pits.
Well, Kenneth Reader's.
Yeah. I'm gonna see right now. I'm looking at the RPM. Either he shut it down and the engine just went, but there was smoke. Because his RPM was reading at 1600, it's now reading at 300. So that's
if it's 300, he's turned it off.
Okay.
If the engine exploded, it'll read 0.
Okay. Wait, I thought I was meant to be the Oval expert.
I'm the car expert.
Okay. Lights are off on the pace car, by the way. And this is going to be a very mixed up restart because everybody is split around. Where are the rest of the field? Where's Brandon Kluge? Where's David Wilson? Like, we're about to go green, and there's lap cars between the rest of the lead pack, and technically these lap cars would have to give way, I would have thought, but no. This is going to be a little bit chaotic right now, Rob, as the pace car comes in.
Oh, because everybody's still trying to reform.
Yeah. Does the pace car come back out? It does not. So we are green. So this is going to be interesting because you've got drivers now who aren't in battles with each other, having battles.
And in and around each other, yeah. So all this is going to be... I don't know, but this is going to be a nightmare.
So they will get the blue. They will get those blue flags. They will be told that the faster cars are coming. But at the moment, this just means Wes Hurd just gets a better start. That is a calamitous start there. But it means, look, Brandon Kluge is just all on his own. Look at the cars behind Brandon Kluge. The car spun around. Looks like he just got tapped there. That's Mason. That's Mason Marsden. Corbin Solomonson. Sorry. Or was that
no caution though.
Kept it. I have no idea how he kept it going. That was Marsden. No idea how he kept it going. But yeah, the gaps right now are... Where is everybody? Wes Hurd is entering turn 1. He's got a 4-second lead to everybody. Wow.
Wait, did you say 4 seconds?
4 seconds. After a restart, he has 4 seconds.
Dear Genie Macarini.
There's no words. And in fact, I actually thought we'd get a bunch up here and it would cause cautions. Thankfully, at the moment, it has not done that. So, everybody breathe for a moment. There is some battles going on.
A sigh of relief has emerged.
Yeah. Wilson is going to overtake Hoto and Gaunt. Gaunt and Hoto are going to be battling. Wilson is trying to catch up the fact that Ponte. There's 2 seconds between them. Remember, Wilson took a pit stop. Kluge took the pit stop. Sorry, he's 4 seconds behind. It's such a shame to see on my standing bar Reader going down the field, though, after that accident. That hurts. That really hurts. So, I want to see what the gap is now. It's 5 seconds, Rob. Wes Hurd at a 29.049. That's not even the fastest lap of the race. That's the scary bit. That's not the fastest lap of the race. And he's just catching up. He's making time. And it's 4.7 is the gap now. It's gone down to 4.2. Can somebody stop Wes Hurd right now? Like, not in a serious sense. It's just insane.
Stop this man.
You know how I always say, can somebody stop Adam Ponte? Yeah, we found a man who can. It's an oval and it's Wes Hurd. By the way, I was just going to say, remember how we were saying about the sponsors today? I think I saw on the front of somebody's car the sponsor today. I'm trying to find it again. Was it? This is embarrassing. I did see somebody at the front of their car had today's charity, and I cannot find it. But on the front of one of the cars is today's charity, which of course is Sarge's Place in Washington State. A charity that helps in Forks, Washington. It is a homeless veterans shelter that also helps to get veterans permanent housing. And it is today's charity. It's got, I can't remember. It's just one of the drivers does have the charity on the front of their nose. And very, very nice to see that. But that is the charity. And it is nice to see. Brandon Kluge, by the way, is catching Wes Hurd at the moment. I don't know why that is. Apart from he's going fast. So we are kind of in a little bit of a lull at the moment. I got to be brutally honest, that restart did sap a lot of the life out of this race at the moment. Some of these guys have just pitted for fresh rubber and done that, but when you think about it, the top four were just all scattered out, and it also scattered a lot of the battles elsewhere. In fact, you look at some of these gaps at the moment. Mike Gaunt is the man who would get the lucky dog, but he's 2 laps down from the top 4. He's battling Hotto right now at the moment, but the gap is 3 seconds, and then behind them, a lap down is Lottridge, a lap down is Thorns. Thorns is kind of on the same lap as Jan Roney, and then he's a lap down to Stuart, and then he's a lap ahead of Stuart Elder, who's battling Scott Kukas, and then after that, another lap down. So the gaps at the moment are quite substantial.
It also depends on how you look at it. Some of the cars are grouped together, but they're grouped together in lap segments, really.
It's just weird. It really is weird. I know we had it similar when it came to the Daytona 500 with the retro cars, the 87 cars. We didn't have it so much with the tour mods, but it is something. And of course, it is that just whole idea that some of these drivers are more suited or better oval drivers just compared to some. I will say though, we're not looking at anybody who's like a rookie or anything. You know, all these guys are out of rookies, so that wouldn't make a difference. You could still race a track if you weren't a rookie. It just shows, I'd say, the skill gap. But then, as I said, Anafaka Ponte is currently P3. He basically does not have a very high iRacing compared to like Brandon Kluge and Wes Hurd. But that doesn't mean he's a slow racer. It's he's a different racer. It's just probably he doesn't do a lot of officials. He does a lot of league racing, as is a lot of some of these drivers. So that would be one factor. But yeah, there is a lot of, I wouldn't say inexperienced drivers, but also I would say inexperienced, because not all the people drive Darlington. For this reason, that it's 367 laps. Oh dear.
Well, it is 367 laps. But I would say now, as the field is sort of separating with nothing too much going on, we will take a quick break and yell at each other in the background about how Le Mans is a much better track. But do not go away. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. And we will be back with the rest of the majors. Footage will still be rolling, but just no commentary. But don't go away. And we are back racing, and you just saw Adam Ponte hit the back end of what I think was Jan Brony having an accident coming through, and this is the European Sportsman Southern 500.
I'm certainly concerned what just happened there, and all due honestly, because that's Jan Brony going into David Wilson Jr. And not only just taking back the Ponte out, he's taken out P2, Wilson Jr. I don't understand what has happened there. Is that Wilson wanting to go high, and then out of nowhere Brony going, oh, I should be going high, I'm getting lapped? That's a very weird situation there. And then, they come together, and Wilson gets away with it, but how that wasn't a caution, I don't know. But there is damage to the... Well, actually, Wilson took his quick repair when he last pitted, by the way. So he's got that... He had that rear fix. That nose has now got a little bit of damage. Ponte, his front is damaged quite a bit at the moment, and that's not going to be helping him. But unfortunately, as we hit the final half of the race, it's still the same. Still the same that we've been seeing from from what lap? When did the herd take its first pit stop? Lap 70. It's been the same really since lap 70. It's been the same for drivers, and to be fair, pro same situation. I thought this would be a rarity, but the pros still in the same situation. I've been doing my maths, Rob. I've been doing my research. I've been told that there has been an occasion in the major series that a driver has won by a full lap. We could be seeing that again today. I'm just saying.
You sure? That guy looking very, very, very not pretty. Well, it's looking very pretty, but
it's sunset. And remember how I was saying earlier how I'm happy that there's overcast conditions? They'd be struggling right now. The sun is finally going down, so it will be colder, but they would have had the sun in their way when it came to coming down the back straight, the Boeing back straight as they call it. Mm-hmm. So they would be struggling right now. Also, Ponte just had Kluge unlap himself. So I think Adam's got to start thinking about going to the pit shortly. I am surprised that incident between the three of them did not bring out a caution, but I think they got a bit lucky there. So that is...
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. Definitely knock on wood. That wasn't me knocking on wood. That was some noise in the background. I do apologize. It is the same. The only thing you have missed while we've been there, Colin Ward has retired the car, as has Kenneth Reader. That's the only two things you have missed while we've been going on. And I think Colin Ward, he just had a moment on the front stretch. He hit the wall coming out of 4, lost control of the car, and I think the engine just went bye-bye. So unfortunately, therefore, we'll call it, no need to go bye-bye. He also missed the pit lane, so... And we did see what happened to Kenneth Reader as well. So there's only 4 retirees at the moment out the 18, Rob. Does that surprise you?
I mean, you'd expect a few retirees due to wear and tear, but they've been doing well to keep them going so far. So here's to more laps.
Fatigue must be kicking in right now, and I think that might have what happened with Jan Brony, Wilson, and Ponte. I think a lot of fatigue must have kicked in there. Because it was a very weird situation what happened as we just see some more drivers. Everyone's just going around. Everybody wants to pit right now. Who wants to pit? You want to pit? I want to pit. Maybe somebody else wants to pit, but it is just a case of everybody just on different strategies, different laps down, and you can just see the gaps at the moment. Brandon Kluge has unlapped himself, or is going to unlap himself, but he's technically a lap down. But he is on the same. He is catching Ponte. Then you've got a lap gap between him and Mike Gaunt. You've got another lap gap, between other drivers. So gaps are starting to really pull out right now. There is no battles on the track apart from those 4 drivers we've been talking about since the start of the race. Wes Hurd Jr., David Wilson Jr., Adam Ponte, Brandon Kluge. Those are the 4 guys we will be focusing on, but things can happen.
Like what?
Well, what happens if these guys have a crash and then all of a sudden you've got drivers who were lapped down now taking lead laps? So I've never seen it before that a lap ahead loses the lead, but like I said, when I did Darlington 367 laps last year in iRacing officials, we did have situations where a guy lapped the entire field, and then later in the race, he didn't win the race. So things have happened, and there we see Mike Gaunt, Ponte, Wilson, all in the pits. So that just leaves Wes Hurd as the only man. Oh, and Simon Thorns and Wolf Di Giacoto, the only men to not take a pit stop. Disregard that with Simon. It is just Wolf Dietrich and Wes Hurd. So Wilson and Ponte in their Wilson, sorry, and Gaunt in their box. Now comes Ponte. Does he take a quick repair? No, he doesn't. I don't know, Rob. That front looks a little bit like it's pushed in at the moment on that Toyota.
It does need some love, yes.
Do you want to give it some love?
Yeah, we're racing for John.
We're racing for John. Always racing for John. I bet he would have loved the ovals right now. Would have been some good fun. But Adam there, I think he's getting some repairs done. Yeah, he's getting a little bit of repairs done on that car. So he does come out a little bit. Actually, that's been hammered out. That front's been hammered out right now. You can see that, can't you? Someone's just gone doom, 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 and there you go. He's fine.
What? Didn't they do that at Le Mans at one point where they just got a hammer and just started beating the panels back together?
They probably did. There was a lot of things going on at Le Mans this year. But,
no, not this year, but historically speaking.
Yeah, it is something you do in NASCAR full stop, you know. They wanted to stop cars coming out later with just like loads of repairs on them. So they introduced the repair clock. That if you've got damage, you've got, I think it's either 3, 5, or 6 minutes. I can't remember at the top of my head, that they've got to fix the car. Otherwise, they've got to go in the garage. They've got to go in the hauler to get it fixed. And it was mainly just to stop drivers that would just go away for a long time, get repairs, and then come back out later in the race just so they can run around and get points. Because apparently that affected championships. I say with my hand going up like apparently, like sarcastically, but yeah, that has made differences before. But it's like, I don't know if you saw the IndyCar at, what was the street circuit they had? Nashville. Remember did you see Nashville a few weeks ago? Where they had a Jimmy Johnson's car was so broken, they were using parts from his teammates. So he had a car that was meant to be sponsored by one person, but had loads of sponsors for the other car. So technically, we're 2 hours into the race. Lap 222 as Wes crosses the line. This will give the lead to Kluge when he comes across the start-finish line there. He is, and of course, Hurd hits later. So in theory, he will have the fresher tyres. Say that, he's going to have 15 lap younger tyres compared to Brandon Kluge. So he'll be gaining a second a lap right away, so expect that gap to just go down pretty quickly. But Hurd comes out now. He may get overtaken from Wilson. Wilson's just going to catch up there. So that will not happen. So Kluge takes the lead of the race. I think possibly for the first time. Has he led earlier in the race? I'm not sure.
I think Kluge did lead 1 or 2 laps, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so he's 29.022 as well. Mike Gaunt is doing 29.5. I think Wes Hurd also did that for a fastest lap. 0.49, so yeah, it's been very close between everybody at the moment. But this is the game we're looking at right now. It is all quiet on the Western Front, no pun intended, because, you know, this is the west of the world. We're in America. But at the moment, it is very quiet. When everyone just comes back together in those top 4, you will see it. But it's not happening at the moment. But like I said, elsewhere, I wish we could show other battles going on, but there's nothing. I can't remember a race where it's been like this before.
The field's completely spread out, yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Welcome, everybody. The view can just jumped up there. Hello. Welcome to Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. We're on lap 224 of 367 of the Major Series European Sportsman. Like, you see, click the like button. Consider following.
Really is just a battle now with, 140 laps to go? The battle to just not make the mistakes. Some drivers have used their fast repair. And we know how some drivers do like to kiss that wall. So the harder you kiss the wall, the more damage you're going to take, and it could be engine damage. We've seen a lot of drivers go home today or be forced to use a quick repair because of hitting the wall a bit too hard. So they just got to take it.
Well, the Ambroni was also a victim because he sat for 3 minutes in the pits. Yeah.
Yeah, Ambroni a victim. We saw Kenneth Reader having to unfortunately retire the car, hitting the wall. Colin Ward hit the wall. But the key point here right now, Rob, is the lights have come on. The floodlights have come on. And I know it's overcast, so it's already a colder track than what it normally would be. But it's going down to 27 Celsius, 81 Fahrenheit. I think we started about 29 to start the race, so it is getting cooler. As it's now...
I mean, not by a lot.
Not by a lot, but if you think, though, granted the sun hasn't been baking the track because it's been covered by the overcast conditions, now the lights are going to be covering the track. So it may get a bit warmer. I don't know, but you see what I mean? The heat from the LED. A man can dream, but you see what I'm trying to say? I don't know how science works.
I've never heard a man say, yeah, this is it. I don't know how science works. With such confidence as well.
So, of course, we're watching NASCAR, or, NASCAR stock cars going around. NASCAR's getting ready to race at Michigan later today. It's still got their playoffs going on. They've still got their regular season going on. Sorry, it's just the trucks at the moment who have their playoffs going on. Then you've got Xfinity as well. Some good races over the weekend. By the way, shout out to the trucks, Rob. I don't know if you heard about this. They raced at Gateway World Technology, which is where the IndyCar was. They usually do that doubleheader together. And there was an accident outside the raceway that actually caused a transponder to blow up, which meant that they had no power at the track.
Well.
Yeah, I know. So they were red flagged for quite a bit. Well, they had like backup power, but when you realize you need to have the infield lit up, you need to have the main lights lit up. Some of the track was not getting the lights. In fact, some of the lights on the stands that would help were not on. So they were forced to red flag the race, which is quite weird because I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm seeing a race still going on in trucks, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I heard what happened. So never seen it before. I know it's happened before. I've never seen it before. But for the fact that a power cut was caused because there was a traffic accident outside the venue, that's a new one to me.
Well, this is iRacing. Don't need to deal with stuff like that.
But we'll have to deal with rain soon.
Oh, no.
And if Le Mans is anything to go by... yeah, that was one of the weirdest... I mean, I say that's one of the weirdest starts. I remember when Rebellion went off in the first corner because they were trying to race at the start of Le Mans. But that's one of the weirdest starts I've ever seen at Le Mans. It's like, hey guys, we got some rain. We've never tried these cars in the rain properly. Yeah, you got rain. But we've never had a Le Mans start in the rain for about 6-7 years. Yeah, you've got rain. Okay. It was just bizarre. And then there was more accidents. Remember, when it rains, it's not going to rain across the whole track. Some parts of the track's going to be dry. So a lot of cars had some issues. It was hard to watch, seeing cars spin out. Well, Wes Hurd, though, catching up to Brandon Kluge as we expected. The 15 lap older tires on Kluge finally giving away. And just like that, Wes Hurd once again just able to get a better run out of the corner. Set himself up there, pushed Kluge a little bit high. Don't think he wanted to do it like that, but they're still side by side at the moment. Oh, squirrely! Kluge, squirrely, and has to just get off the throttle. He's going to lose track position as Mike Gaunt goes between them, but he loses a second to Wes Hurd there, and that just was the case of just getting on the throttle when the car was not right. And with that, I don't think he hit the wall hard, but Kluge loses position, and he's going to get unlapped from Ponte shortly, who has 10 lap younger tyres. So all going wrong at the moment from Brandon Kluge. Not saying he needs not saying he needs a caution, but he's losing time on Wes Hurd right now. Actually, is that rear end damage to Brandon Kluge? When has Kluge had rear end damage like that to the back of his car?
We might have missed it.
We gotta go quite a few laps back, Rob. I'm just looking. We're talking. Yeah, we're talking quite a way away back here. In fact, I may have it. I'm gonna look back myself while you're looking live. Oh yeah, it was when it was lap 205 for Kluge. And Jan Brony just comes up, and I think, yeah, Kluge hits the wall, and just on a side swipe hits Jan Brony. So that's why Brony's got some damage to the back of his car, and that's why Kluge's got damage as well. So that was what, a good 30 laps ago, and he's been managing it at the moment. And well, like we said, it's not a high-speed track per se, so it's not affected him too much. But in our friendly battle, we're still ahead of the pro split, which has been quite interesting. As I was saying, it's the same situation in the pro split as we've been as we've been watching. It's been 4 cars at the front of the field just dominating the pack and just keeping it clean, as clean as they can, because some of these drivers have had some issues out there. In fact, I mean, some of them have had to use had their fast repair. Sorry, I just got sidetracked at the sponsors on the front of Wes Hurd's car. Overclockers UK sponsor. I never thought I'd see Overclockers as a sponsor on a NASCAR.
On which car?
On Wes Hurd Jr. on the front, an Overclockers UK sponsor. It's a new one to me.
And a Fanatec sponsor.
Other devices are available, of course. Actually, no. Hang on. This is stock car racing, so I don't have to say that, do I?
This is not the BBC, no.
No. This is Fox. No, hang on. No, it's NBC at the moment. So it's
NBCSN, isn't that what they call it?
No, sometimes they put it on NBC. NBCSN is the sports network. So if there's something on NBC, they put it on the sports network. So, and of course, Wes is, I believe, an independent driver, so he's not in a team. So this, of course, is his own. So technically, this is the we'll call it the Overclockers UK car. No, it's the MRD. It's the MRD car for him. With a couple of other sponsors. Or is that MAD? Is that MAD or MRD?
MAD.
What would you say? It's MAD. Okay. The MAD car. Lots of sponsors on that as well. I do like that design. We haven't had a chance to talk about some of these designs, have we? Been pretty quiet, but some of these drivers are using, as we were saying earlier, some throwback designs out there today. Adam Ponte, we were talking about, was using something that he used to race when he drove the old Papyrus games, NASCAR Racing 3. So It's what he used to race, and then he's put the racing for John at the front. We talked about Kenneth Reader earlier with the Papyrus livery, of course. I don't know how many more we've got out there, but the Miss Apex guys, they thought that they would embrace the throwback by having the same livery they raced last year. It's a throwback, so they've gone with that. Some of the Grizzly guys who aren't with us today, they're in the top. They're in the Sportsman split as well. They're doing some others. Brandon Kluge, by the way, he's racing the Dale Earnhardt All-Star car from 1998. That's Dale Earnhardt Senior, not Junior. So that explains why it's the Bass Pro. Would have preferred seeing somebody race the Dale Junior livery when he won Daytona, just because it was sponsored by the MLB All-Star Game. And that's another car. That's Mike Gaunt that just scratched the wall there. He's got Brandon Kluge right in front of him, and he's just tucked the wall there, and that's not going to. How many times have we seen him hit the wall now?
I'm trying to count. A lot.
Too many. And then everyone's hitting the wall, so. I did say to myself, by lap 300, we should get an idea of who's where when it comes to strategy. But with Ponte just struggling a little bit because he took that extra time. Technically, he's in the lucky dog if there is a caution, knock on wood, but he is. He's not catching Wes Hurd at the moment. He's 9 seconds behind Hurd. He is the sole holder of the lucky dog unless he causes the incident that would bring out a caution. So Ponte currently sitting P4, I think would be his worst result of the season.
What, down in 4th?
Yeah, I know that sounds crazy.
I mean, it wouldn't be too crazy. I mean, is that really his worst result?
Yeah. I think outside of a did not start would be his worst result. I can't think of any other time he's not coming on the top 3. Somebody's going to be frantically checking this, and Mike's going to come in a minute and go, nope. Actually, he had a P5 somewhere or something. I just know that's going to happen. Mike's going to come in
like that sometimes.
Yeah, I hope he does. Mike, if you're here, I hope you correct me, but I think this might be, if it stays like this would be Ponte's worst result this season, which is crazy to think.
Stuart Elder back in the pits. He's gone in for repairs. It is not looking good for that car.
Oh,
the only ones that have not used their fast repair are the following: Wes Hurd, Brandon Kluge, Adam Ponte, Mike Gaunt, Nathan Lockridge, Scott Kukas, and Corbin Solomonson.
Scott Kukas, I said he was the one that had today's sponsor on his car, charity on his car.
Yeah, Sarge's place.
I do love that, though. Like I said, like I was saying earlier, it's nice to have. He's hit the wall. It's nice to, this is not a knock at anybody else when they make their decisions, because people that win the playoff events and also from the previous season, they get to choose what sponsors would be used for the upcoming season, which is fantastic. And a lot of people would go for like national sponsor charities or something, but you think Sarge's Place is its own charity based off the Sarge's Veteran Support, a charity just overall, but because they're all done like regional, they have their own sponsors. So it really is nice to just see that. I've disconnected.
What?
No.
No,
I thought I disconnected. Hello?
No, you're here.
Okay.
What? What's wrong with you? You haven't. You need to have a lie down. But I mean, look at the picture. I'm gonna see if I can get a picture without killing the stream. Here we go. Hang on.
Don't kill the stream.
can I screenshot? Here, hang on. Let me Google this. I want to get a picture of this.
Are you showing the facility they have? I think he is getting that for a chat as we're watching.
I'm trying to screenshot this, man. It looks too good.
It does. It does, honestly. Like I said, it's really nice to see. So,
I think
like I said, no.
I think that's.
You got it?
I think it took a screenshot. I'm not sure.
How do you think you've taken a screenshot?
Because it looks nice. Look at me, look at it.
I said, how do you think you took a screenshot?
Well, I said take a screenshot, and I took a screenshot. But I don't know where it is. Look it up. Look at it. Nope. Hang on. That's not what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob knows what he's doing on a computer.
Apparently.
This is just a minor setback. You're not missing anything at the moment.
Well, it's not much to forward.
Rob's like, it's not in my pictures. It's not in my documents. Where have I put it? I put it in my downloads. Or have I put it in my iRacing folder, which I've done before. Just a humour chat I actually found when going through my Dallara LMP2 folder. I found a PDF on how to drive the McLaren F1 car. I have no idea when I downloaded that PDF into the wrong place.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
I know.
How?
I just don't know.
Oh, it did take a screenshot. Hey! What? Oh, it's an 1080p picture. Nice. Come on, somebody could put that up on their wallpaper. All right, back to actual broadcasting.
Actual broadcasting, by the way, David. I was about to say David Wilson and Bradley Kluge were getting close, but every time these guys get close, one of them pits, and it's always Kluge, the first one to pit. I'm curious, with that damage to the back of his car, does he take a pit stop? Not a pit stop, a fast repair. I don't think he does. But also, what on earth is that steering angle on Kluge, the offset? That wheel is at a very sharp offset there, so he'll come in. Car's fine. Just free MPH. RPM, sorry, under, but I think that is what we expect to see. Does he take a fast repair? He did take the fast repair. I think you've got to with that much damage. And he's waiting and he's taking it at the right time. Hurd's going to come around him as he laps another car. Like I said, we might see a driver win by a lap here. That is the dominance that Wes Hurd is putting on right now. We're lap 260 of 367. It is currently 7:25 in the evening sim time. It is still 27 Celsius, 81 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's getting cold. It's actually getting nippy in my room. I don't know about you.
Oh, I actually got the times wrong. It's actually 8 o'clock. It's actually 8 o'clock now. In
just
sim.
coming up to 100 laps to go as well, and the biggest gap right now is the fact that Adam Ponte is taking third because Kluge took a pits.
Yeah, Kluge did indeed go to the pits, but he will catch up with Ponte. It is safe to be seen. He'll have those younger tyres as well. He'll unlap himself on Wes Hurd, and then it really just is a case of he's got to catch up. Ponte is actually almost getting lapped from David Wilson at the moment. So the dominance now from what we were saying, the top four. Now, as we hit that final 100 laps, the screw is starting to tighten. And the two juniors, Wes Hurd Jr., David Wilson, or David A. Wilson Jr., they're now starting to dominate. But as Wilson starts to dominate, Wes is nowhere to be found. Wes is 20 seconds ahead. A lap around his 29 to 31 seconds. give you an idea, Herd is just coming around the start. Is that the start finish line? It is. No, it's the backstretch. Sorry, midway through the backstretch, Wilson is on the start line. He's entering 1 as Herd through 4. Yeah, Wes is going to be lapping the whole field here. This is going to be some dominance, I think. Knock on wood. We could be seeing Major's history right now.
What, one of these guys wins by an overlap?
Yeah, by a lap. I think we could see it. I know. It's shocking. I know. By the way,
I put it on Twitter actually.
I'm just saying. By the way, Pro has had 5 cautions.
We've had 2.
Yep, we're only 10 laps ahead.
Yeah, but I mean they're also slightly faster. Average lap time is about half a tenth or half a second or to a second faster.
Shouldn't be that close though, surely. But then again, you gotta remember this is a colder track. They've had more heat on the track. So yeah, who knows? That's still a big difference. I gotta be brutally honest. But I digress because, like I said, we are 2 laps away from the final 100. The final 100. It reminds me of yeah. Oh, Mike Gord's been disqualified.
What?
Hold on 1 second. Mike Gord disqualified. Oh, he's taking his teammate out. What on earth's just happened there?
This Mike Gaunt.
Yes. What on?
This is Mike Gaunt. Here we go. What happened? What happened here? No! And both of them are gone.
Solomonson's retired. Is he DQ'd as well?
Yeah. Yeah, they both got DQ'd.
But what? Sorry. Sorry. But there was nothing to me that said that. And their teammates. It just seems a weird thing to come together like that and both get disqualified. I've never seen that. He caught up to his teammate. He goes for the move. He overcooks it. That just seems weird to me. But everybody's pitting right now. Herd's in the pits. Wilson's in the pits. Ponte's in the pits. Lottridge in the pits. No caution because they both got removed from the session. So these are live pit stops still.
Yeah, and they didn't flip around either. So yeah.
Oh yeah, there has been another incident by the looks of it in the pros, but I don't think the cautions come out for it. No, they still go green. I think it's the nature of this track. Because there isn't a lot of what is deemed off the track space. So, you know, you'd have to have a spin that the car's just parked, but that's why you don't get a lot of incidents or a lot of cautions out here. But I'm still trying to pick my jaw up from what I just saw. Brandon Kluge, by the way, is only 2.5 behind Wes Herd at the moment, but Wes Herd does have those fresher tyres, so he's just going to absolutely blitz away. David Wilson, by the way, not sure where he is at the moment on track. He's 18 seconds back, but I think he'll be able to catch up with little issue. Kluge in the Dale Senior throwback. He has a shot. The gap is 2 seconds at the moment.
I mean, have a look at that tweet I just put out. Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Have a look at that tweet you just put out. Wow. That's brilliant. And that is retweeted. By the way, at Raidillon TV on our socials, ladies and gentlemen. If you'd like to see that yourself, it does look beautiful. And I was saying, you know how I was saying, hey, we might see history?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say, it looks like that could happen in the pros. There's been some dominance from
Stan Harper.
Dallas. Stan Harper, Dallas Pleska, they've just been, you know, everybody in the pros at the front have just been dominant. It's like what you've seen right now with Wes Hurd, David Wilson, Brandon Kluge. You know, and it's safe to say that, you know, they're more experienced. We know that we've mentioned that before, but you can just see their pace. You can just see how well they're doing. And, you know, Wes Hurd, he's got the 10-lap younger tires to Brandon Kluge. He's already pulled out 2 seconds to Brandon Kluge. That just kind of just shows how, you know, the dominance at the moment. But I am curious because he took that, 70-lap stint
at the start, yeah.
And then it's been like 40 laps each time. I wonder why. That does make me wonder. But I'm still trying to pick my jaw up from that really weird incident.
I think everybody is. I mean... Oh, and it's gone. It's gone. There's been a massive accident. The car 150's around. Back up, Andy. Caution's out. It's all gone wrong.
That's Elder. That's Ponte. Sorry, Ponte. What has happened? It started there with David Wilson and Wolf Di Tricotto. And those two were just battling, and they came together. Oh, what's on earth?
Just have a look. On board with Adam Ponte as he sees the car 025 getting pitted, slamming into the car of David Wilson, and the car of David Wilson comes ready to greet, and bang, off Ponte goes around. The anti-roll stabilizers come up. Ooh, but I think he gets hit again, and here comes the issue. No, bang. The car.
Yeah, that's a shame. He's a moving target. He's not a moving target per se, but he can't put the brakes on. He's got the brakes on, and he's just going full speed there. He's just got nowhere to go. Now, what's interesting, Rob? Who has the quick repairs? Ponte has a quick repair, doesn't he? I don't think Wilson has a quick repair.
No,
Wilson have? Go on.
Ponte does. Ponte has a quick repair. As does Wilson. Does not. Wilson does not.
Now, Ponte does have a quick repair. He's got no rear spoiler. He has not pitted yet. The lead 3 are all in the pits. Now, remember how I was saying how Ponte, providing he is not involved in the incident, gets the lucky dog?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. Adam does not get the lucky dog. He was in the incident. Goes to the next driver. That was Hotto. He was in the incident. So that gives it to Jason Lottridge, who's 4 laps down. It is really like the most anticlimactic who gets the lucky dog ever, because if that was Wolf Dietrich getting the lucky dog, we've got a battle now for the lucky dog for the rest of the race. But it does nothing. I can't remember the last time a lucky dog's done nothing to the race. But Adam, surely you've got a pit, my man. You've got a pit. Now he comes in. But I'm confused where everybody is at the moment, Rob. Wilson's taken a lot of repairs and he's about to get lapped again. Would not surprise me if he does, yeah. I think he's going to have to do kind of what we see on oval racing, Rob. It's one of these things where you pit. You know you've got a minute or 2 minutes of repairs, but you realise that the pace car is going to go for quite a while. So you pit, then there's the pace cars coming by you. You drive on so you don't get lapped, and then you go around again.
Mm-hmm.
So I am curious what's the David Wilson, like, he's taking a lot of repairs. Engine's fine. And here he goes. He's going in again for another set of repairs. Engine, though, fine. But that is a big one to happen. Especially with the drivers involved. That was 3 drivers all battling for a top 5. Actually, Wilson's gone a lap down. I think officially he might go a lap down. I got to check this. That does mean it's Hurd Jr. and Kluge. Only cars on the lead lap. Well, we wanted something to spice it up with 100 to go, didn't we? I think we just got it.
I think we just did.
And actually, David Wilson has accepted it. And he's going to go down another lap. Ponte comes in to get his repairs done. He's doing the splash and fix regime. But Wilson is just in there for the long haul. He'll go down a lap. In fact, did Adam just come back in just to take a quick repair? He did. Okay.
Well, he needed to. He had a massive accident.
But he already pitted. Anyway. That's a weird one. Lights are off on the pace car, though, Rob. It's a 2-car battle now. And actually, I don't think Wilson's going to come back out. Because the pace car's coming around. He's going to be... Oh, that's not good for David. But pace car will come in. 2-car battle, Rob. This could be the easiest 2-car battle you've ever done.
Well, they're both easy. Oh, both on fresh tires, and they are underway. The Falcon face wraps car coming around 1 and 2 into the 3 and 4 next. And the gap was already opened out. Wes Hurd putting the pedal to the metal as fast as he could. And look, we're looking at the car number 40 right now. Look how nothing, just nothing around him. Except for the car 025, but it's kind of hilarious how quickly Wes Hurd has just extended his gap to 1 second already.
It's mind-blowing. It's just mind-blowing how well he's been able to drive so well with the older tires we've been mentioning. But this is probably the first time we've actually been able to see his new tire pace. Because he was taking those longer runs, which meant he was out of sync with everybody else. Or they were out of sync with him, whichever way you look at it. This is the first time we get to see his raw pace against people in the same situation, which is Kluge and, of course, Ponte as well behind them, who is a lap down, but he has made king moves as well. So, at the moment, Ponte is the lucky dog. Wilson, unfortunately, is still in the pits. Hasn't retired the car yet. We'll keep eyes on that. But as he goes down the pecking order, the gap between every car is a lap or more, apart from the front two. By the way, that whole thing in the Pro had actually happened. Dallas has lapped the entire field. They're on lap 281 in the Pros, and Dallas has lapped the entire field. If you thought what these guys were doing in the Sportsman was dominating, that's just... I got no words for that. At this late in the race, to see one driver lap the entire field. But we've got our own battle going on right now. Ponte looks like... Actually, Ponte might have pace to... he's got the run, if he wanted it, to get by Kluge, but... Yeah, if he gets past Brandon, then Brandon's going to be held up trying to catch on to Hurd, and they're now catching up to Hurd. So, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure at the moment what the right play is, but... For Adam, he's in the lucky dog if there's another incident, but... can't see it. We're lap 285 of 367. If we go green all the way, they will have to do one more pit stop. And in fact, I think the cutoff point, if Wes could do 70 laps, the cutoff point is going to be what? Lap 297, 300? Yeah, we'll call 300 the safety point for the cutoff point. That's when you have to, that's if you get a caution, you can pit and go to the end. But at the moment, nothing's happening.
By the
apart from gone.
Well, yeah, but you'd be getting there by the sheer sort of grit of your teeth, even.
Yeah, and if there's any green-white checker, finish it, because there will be free chances to do overtime. You would have that situation as well. So it's a tough one to pick. It's a tough one to pick. It is a shame to see Wilson go down the order, though. Started on pole, and he's now 7th officially, while still in the pits. So,
well, unfortunately, that is the way the cookie crumbles, though.
And he did use his repair on something I thought was pretty trivial. Remember, he had the damage at the back of his car. He didn't really have serious damage, but will he be ruling the day that he took the fast repair? I don't think so. I think it was just one of those freak accidents where anyone could go in. Kluge's got to run, though. This is something we haven't seen for a while. He's got to run. He's going to make it. Put to the inside, turn 3 into 4. They're still side by side, but the outside with that wall in the air is just a little bit faster, and Hurd keeps the lead. But he's got to try it again. Has he got to run this time? He wants to go low. He can't go low. Does not have that run. He's going to have to build it. Going to have to build the run up, Rob, I think is... Well, look at me talking American. Going to have to build the run up here to see if he's got it. Don't expect an overtake this lap. I think next lap at the moment. We'll just wait and see.
I honestly can't imagine... I can't imagine they would be too happy that the fact that it's gone so long without... Well, we just did have a caution, but I think that was a very, almost 180 laps without a caution.
Oh, is it really that long?
I think it was. I think it would have been 170, 180 laps without a caution, yeah.
So the caution came out lap 275. And that original caution was lap 19. So it's not even... It's 250 laps, Rob. They did 250 laps green. Or no, I'm thinking... No, I've missed out one caution, haven't I? No, that was our second caution, wasn't it? That can't be right. No, lap 166, sorry. So 166 to where we were. So yeah, you were right. 110 laps without a caution. That's Kluge. I think Kluge now realizes the situation right now is he could go for this as he tries to force an issue by trying to see if that lower groove is working for him, and it's not at the moment. I think he's also got to realize that, hang on 1 second, we've got to do another pit, and there goes David Wilson Jr. He's retired the car. And that is so heartbreaking to see.
It does mean that Fletcher Ponte is promoted up into 3rd, so still a podium for him, but for David Wilson, after having such a strong performance, and for it to end like that, it is such a sting in the face.
I don't like seeing that. It's a shame. It's a shame, but that's racing, unfortunately. It's a heartbreaker. Wilson had this race, I wouldn't say in the bag, but he had control. He had control, would have kept up with Hurd, would have kept up with Kluge, was literally battling them all the time, led a couple of times as well. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes, but yeah, Kluge right now, he realizes there's still one more pit stop they have to do. Was that Hurd hitting the wall? I saw a bit of sparks flying up there. I did see some sparks. Yeah. That indeed was Hurd, just scratching the wall there. And I just got onto the radio and heard the radio, the quote, "I had an oops there." Good old Wes. track temp has gone down a touch. I literally mean a touch. And as I said that, I've looked back and it's gone up again. We were talking decimal points for a moment there. It went down 1 degree in Fahrenheit if you're using a Fahrenheit system, but in Celsius it was still staying at 27 Celsius. But yeah, there is, like, again, unfortunately, there's not a lot going on, so it's a shame. It's a shame that we can't give you a lot more action out there at the moment. But the gaps
the cars,
are just so...
the cars are just so far apart from each other.
You know, you think technically Stuart Elder is the last car out there, but there's two cars ahead of him that have retired. So in theory, we are 11 cars left. So there's 7 cars that retired. Well, I say 7 cars retired. 5 retired. 2 of them got disqualified at the same time, which I still have no idea what happened there. And we'll be wondering that for quite a while, I think. But it is the same thing that's going on elsewhere as well. Just 2 cars, 1 car dominating when it comes to the pros, 2 cars dominating here for the Sportsman. Both races are quite similar in terms of length at the moment, which is good to see. But we're at lap 299. We've been racing for 2 hours and 45 minutes. We've just got another 14 minutes to go, Rob. Can you hold on? Which actually does bring me to a question. Not that I know your answer is going to be no straight away because you've never done oval racing.
No.
But all right. You and I, we've done endurance racing. We've done 3-4 hours in a car at one go. Now, would you rather, not because you don't like NASCAR, you prefer road racing, would you rather do 3 to 4 hours in an enduro where you're just trying to make sure you keep the car on the track, or would you do 3 to 4 hours like this where you're constantly battling somebody? What would you prefer?
Where?
All right. Okay. In enduros, you're spread out, aren't you? Sometimes you're battling somebody, you're spread out. Would you rather do 3 to 4 hours where you're battling people spread out, or would you rather do 3 to 4 hours where you're literally right bumper to your opposition?
Oh, the former.
Yeah, the former, not the latter. Yeah. Now imagine trying to do this, and like I said, I've done it for Daytona, the Coke 600. I've done it here. You know, I've done these longer races and semi-longer races. I remember doing 2 hours on something like this before, and it is very stressful. But yeah, if you were to give me the option, I'd take insurance any time. But you've got to applaud what they're doing. You can say, well, it's just turning left. You know, some people will say, but it's just turning left, the old age adage joke. But this is tough. This is tough because, as well, there's no brake lights. You don't know the speed the guy in front of you is doing. You've just got to hope that he's going the same speed as you. You've got to hope that you're both in the same mindset. You're both doing the right thing. And this is tough. Especially at this track where if we were doing a drinking game for every time someone hit the wall, we'd be drunk right now. We don't endorse drinking on stream. In fact, it's also against the rules.
Don't be doing that.
I haven't.
Naughty.
But no, I applaud anybody that can do this. It is such a challenge. But we're at that point now, Rob. 64 laps to go. I had to do napkins.
Yeah, we're on the 300s now.
This isn't Sparta. This is Darlington International Raceway.
This is Sparta.
North Carolina. No, this is not Sparta.
You're not hearing me. This is Sparta. This is Sparta.
No.
No, you don't agree. No, you don't. You don't like it.
No.
Damn.
Like I said, no battles are going on at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the main battle was second and a half between Wes Hurd and Brandon Kluge as we're going around. So, of course, we're just getting ready.
Well, apart from Le Mans.
Apart from Le Mans. I mean, you can say, there's not much that has been going on. You are right. Not a lot has been going on in terms of motor racing. We said about NASCAR. MotoGP had the week off. But I just wanted to talk because we've done the Southern 500. September 12th promises to be, in my opinion, one of the more fun races that you and I are going to be broadcasting for the major series. Because September 12th, Rob, we go to the Autodromo Nazionale in Monza.
Yeah, we go to.
That was the worst Italian ever.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Let me see Pacific Major. Major series. And let me just go ahead and get the schedule for the major series. Oh, by the way, next week we have.
Oh yes, we were talking about that. The Predator
final
series.
round of the Predators. Yeah.
And actually, to be fair, that the titles still to be decided in the Predator. So that promises to be fantastic broadcast. A fantastic race to watch. It'll be a fantastic broadcast by us, but it's gonna be a fantastic race to watch just to see. Especially when we had a TCR. No, it was a Radical win the last race. But yeah. Schedule coming up for us, though, in terms of the major series. September 12th is the Italian Grand Prix. That is the McLaren F1 cars around Monza. Oh, fantastic. I can't wait for that. Then October 3rd. We're almost near the end. October 3rd will be the penultimate wildcard week, which will be, for us, we will provide more oval racing with the Southern National 300. We've done the Southern 500. We're going to be doing the Southern National 300 with the Monte Carlo cars around Southern National Motorsport Park.
Oh, it's not the super late model.
Not a super late model. No.
What the Monte Carlo? Oh, the Monte Carlo's like the 87.
I think it's the late model. I think it's the late model. I think you got the late and you got the super late. And I think that's the late. I got to double check that. Jeff McConey will kill me if I get that wrong. But that happens. Then later in that month, the final of the wildcards. The Formula Ford Festival for us on October 24th. Skip Barbers at Brands Hatch. I repeat. Skip Barbers at... Sorry. Sorry, is my line clear? Skip Barbers at Brands Hatch.
You should call it Skip Brands Hatch.
Yeah, that's going to be that one I can't wait for. And then to finish off the season, we will have the Indy Japan 300, the Legacy Indy cars at Twin Ring Motegi. I mean, in all due fairness, the remainder of the schedule for the major with 4 races to go after tonight is looking fantastic.
And I can't wait for... I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Japan 300 plays it. Because isn't the Twin Ring Motegi like really tiny, the oval? Or am I getting that wrong?
It's not as small as you think it is, but it also has this egg-shaped oval. And when you think about it as well, 1 and 2 is practically flat out for the IndyCar drivers, and they go to a little bit of braking when it comes into 3 and 4. It's a shame we don't see Twin Ring anymore in motor racing ever since the 311, the Great East Japan earthquake, destroyed most of the track.
Yeah, it's gone.
Well, no, it's still there. They just don't use it for races. They use it for like club races and like events. So so there's no real racing there. It's just like friendly racing there nowadays. So that is still out there.
Yeah, but what's going to be required to get it repaired? Are they even going to repair it?
Problem is, it's high up, isn't it? And if they don't really have any oval racing there anymore, what's the point? They still got the Twin Ring Raceway, which is fine.
Ah, okay. I thought it was both the oval and the raceway.
No, it's just the oval. Just the oval. Yeah, just the oval. By the way, we were talking about the wild cards. When we're doing the Southern National 300, in International, they are doing the Phillip Island V8s. So, of course, that's Phillip Island with the supercars. Americas will be doing the Snowball Derby, which we've done before in terms of when the playoffs last year. They did a very brief version of the Snowball Derby with the... now, that was the late models. That was the super late models, Rob. So they get to do that. And then when we're doing the Formula Ford International, we're doing the Super GT race at Suzuka, so GT3s at Suzuka, which does sound really fun, as much as I don't like racing Suzuka. And Americas are doing the SCCA runoffs, which is spec racer Fords and Global Mazdas around Road Atlanta. Seriously, majors is just... I'm not trying to say this as... I'm not trying to say this as like trying to hype up the people that pay our bills and asked us to do this broadcast. Literally, the rest of the schedule for the major series looks fantastic for anybody that just wants a nice break from picking up an LMP2 and a GTE and going to an IMSA or ESS. It's just a great change, and I really can't wait. The only thing that would make it better is if there were GT4s. And I don't want to jinx anything, Rob. You know how I was saying that the gap between the leader of the pros and P2 was a lap? It's 2 laps now. 2 laps, so that is happening in the pros. Meanwhile, in the Sportsman, the gap between Hurd and Kluge is 2 seconds. Lap 319 of 367. They went into the crash and the crash behind Wes Hurd! And that is Kukas and fucking Ponte! Oh no! Oh no! And I think that was just a mistake.
And that's a caution.
I think, was that Kukas hitting the wall, or did he just... Oh, he tapped the wall. Yeah, he tapped the wall, lost his speed, and also fucking Ponte was going high. Kukas has parked the car. The Sergeant's Place car is parked. That is a shame to see. And Rob, I don't want to like jinx anything, but last time we had a caution, the pros went to caution. They've just gone to caution. Which, being I see Mike in the chat. Mike, you're not rigging everything.
No. He's not evil.
Yeah, no, I'm only pulling the leg. That's a shame, though, to see Kukas. But like I was saying, some of these drivers did take pit stops. But for the lead two, Hurd and Kluge have not taken their final pit stop yet. In fact,
Hurd has just come in for his final stop.
He's come in. Kluge will come in. Ponte will not. Because he has the lucky dog. 3-car battle. He'll wait to cross the line.
Kluge's missed the pits.
Oh, no.
Here he is, look, missing the pits. Oh, we're going to slow this down. There was the pits. Bye-bye pits.
You can see he locked up, but I'll tell you what.
He just about missed it. I wonder what he's feeling like down. I wonder if I can go down.
Oh, he did hit. He hit the wall, but he got replay damage. But he will be able to pit this time.
You can just see.
Wow.
Let me try and get the revs here, because you can just see the revs. He was like, "Ooh!" He's having to balance it, and the wheels locking up.
Well, I don't know what's happened here, Rob. But Wes Hurd has stayed in the pits for quite a while. So he will take the lead, of course, because Kluge's made the mistake. And here comes Kluge with everybody else. I think he did. Ponte will come into the pits now as well. So Hurd will get that lead back. But, oh, hang on 1 second. Now, where is Wes Hurd? He's on the backstretch. Where's Kluge? He's not even... No. No. Does Kluge? No, Kluge doesn't go a lap down. I was thinking Kluge was going to get lapped for a moment. He will lose the lead. Why was I thinking he was going to get a lap down? I don't know. Everybody comes in for their pit stops regardless. This should be the final pit stops for everybody. And to be fair, they had 10 tyres on top of their tyres they started with. Don't think they've had to use all of them.
No, I think... Well, it's very generous tire usage, so...
Real life, though. It is real life because, you know, sometimes you have that crash. I think Kluge's taking some repairs as well. Ponte comes out as well. So, yeah. So, it would be Hurd, Ponte, Kluge.
And at Darlington... Oh, nice. I got the camera shot.
That's so nice. That's nice.
There's a swipe in it. Oh, yeah, there's Darlington. Yeah! It's gonna be a lonely day out there because 46 laps to go, 45 now laps to go. This could be the final run.
Could be the last dance for some people. We do have... Do we have any battles elsewhere on the field? Yeah, we do. But the top three are having their battle. We're going to have a battle for 4th and 5th as well. Wolf-Dietrich Hotto and Jason Lottridge are on the same lap. They'll be battling together, albeit 4 laps down from the rest of the leaders. They will be together in a battle. I'm also curious.
What's wrong with Adam Ponte?
What do you mean?
He's very slow.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Has he got a to the end penalty, a back of the line penalty?
And that's a car with no front. Uh-oh, that's Stuart Elder.
Yeah, Adam Ponte has a back of the line penalty. Now there's only what 9 cars out there at the moment. Mason Marzoff's still in the pits getting repaired. They go green, by the way, when we're talking about that. Hurd and Kluge are going to be battling. As Ponte will have to go through everybody, and that's going to be treacherous for him. They will get blue flags to let him by if they can, but Hurd is now on the pull. He managed to pull a second almost on Brandon Kluge last time. This time, though, it's only half a second, and it is slowly gathering. Some great speed from Brandon Kluge. We also need to keep an eye on Wolf-Dietrich Hotto and Jason Lottridge, but there's 3 seconds behind them. Adam Ponte has just stormed back up the lead now. He's back up. He is a few places behind, but he's making ground with the fresh tyres. He's 5 seconds behind Kluge. Kluge has to keep up to Hurd. Ponte has to get to them. Hurd just has to keep on driving.
This really is Hurd's race to lose, though, if he makes a mistake.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. But he can still make the mistake. It is still very tight out there.
Yeah. Just because they're the only guys, because one of the only battles out there at the moment, these two are just hammering it down. And I am curious to see, can Ponte catch up to them? He might need help. Jason Lottridge comes in, by the way. I think he's got to get some more damage, or he's got a penalty that he has to serve. Ponte, he's just got one more driver to get through. It's Andy Banfield, who I believe doesn't have a lot of... I thought he had damage. He does not, but Banfield putting on some quick laps at the moment. Ponte will try and hunt him down. Kluge's got nowhere at the moment. 29.4, 29.6, or 29.4, sorry, and a 29.577 between Hurd and Kluge respectively. It's not working out for him right now. Not sure what that pit stop for Lottridge was for, but that puts him out around the back now. In fact, he's lapped by Wolf-Dietrich Hotto, so he's no longer in a battle there. So it is just these 3 cars. And Ponte is less than 5 seconds now. Less than 5 seconds behind them. He does not to have to worry of... I'll start again. He doesn't have to worry about any lap traffic at the moment. He can just go hell-bent for leather. He can really go down here. We know what he's like on the short run. Dare I say it, Rob? What did I say 200 laps ago? Ponte's only going to be in this if it's a short run. We've got 40 laps to go on fresh tyres. I might have just called this race. Adam, if you've kept watching 2 hours later, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but he had to get through every single car of the field. He's 4 seconds back.
But look at him catch up. He was 4 seconds back. Now he's 4.5. He's going to be 4 in a minute. You know, he's catching. He's making half a second up every time. And yes, Hurd and Kluge had to get by traffic. But those two are going to be battling. If those two are going to be battling, all Adam's got to do is get around people. In fact, the gap continues to close, Rob. It's down to 3 seconds almost. When they cross at the line, what is the gap between Ponte and Kluge? What is that gap going to be? It's 3.6. It's 4 seconds overall on Hurd. The gap is closing. The gap is closing, and I don't think that's just a case of Kluge having to battle Hurd. I think that is literally a case of Adam has pace right now. Kluge,
he's woken up.
He's woke him up. Who's woke him up? Who has woke him up?
I think the fact that he can see the cars right in front of him, he's definitely woken up.
This would be, like, no lie, this would be huge. If he can come back, if he can go from the back of the, okay, like I said, there's only 10 cars out there. I know that. But even still, you still got to overtake all those cars to get to the front and then overcome the deficit. And if he does that, that is one hell of a drive. For a man that has just been in the shadows for the whole of the race and just struggling on that long run compared to the likes of Hurd and Kluge, who had some really good long run cars. Hurd having one of the best long runs I've ever seen at Darlington. So it just could happen right now. As Hurd and Kluge cross the line for lap 333, the gap between Hurd and Ponte is 3.2 seconds. Oh, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be close. This is gonna be close.
.8 seconds is the gap. Ponte don't hit the wall. Crikey!
Did he tap the wall? I think he had a he had a bit of a tap of the wall. He's managed to keep that gap to 2.8 seconds. He's pushing. Kluge is trying to find a run though. There is lap traffic. That's Wolf Chicotto. They almost come together. It's going to be a pick move almost from Wes Hurd. And I think that was a little bit of a pick move using Hoto there to make sure that Kluge could not get a run. That was pretty nice going there. He does hold on, but held up by traffic, held up battling each other. Where have I heard this before? Because that puts back a Ponte, and now they're side by side. The run by Kluge. He will take the lead with 33 laps to go. What does Hurd have left? Well, he's got quite a bit left, we know that. But at the same time, the more these two battle, the 150's coming up behind them.
This is going to start getting very, very serious. Well, it's getting very serious right now because Adam Ponte sees the two cars ahead of him. He sees the car of 40 of Brandon Kluge and Wes Hurd Jr. Look, car 012 going to be battling it out. He needs to continue following great lines and keep as much of the tyre as he can. You might just see a photo finish between three cars. It is coming up to 30 laps to go. That will be 30 laps of 30 seconds, which will be
20 minutes?
15 minutes on the clock, apparently.
Well, it's all going on. It is all going on right now. Adam Ponte, I think he may just hit a cliff. He's not able to pull a bit of time on them yet. He's going to have to hope for some lap traffic just to station everybody around, but he can see them. He's watching. He sees them, and still, Hurd looking to find a run. Taking a bit of a higher line there, that may help him, but if he's going to do this, he's going to do it around the outside. The gap at the moment is 0.2 of a second. We don't really talk about the gaps when it comes to NASCAR close racing, but you can see the difference is in the speed, and the difference is what they've got, and really when they're both going. In fact, actually, Hurd's going faster. Hurd is definitely going faster at the moment, and now he's losing a bit of time. Losing a bit of time on throttle. Interesting, that was on throttle. Once they got on throttle out of 2, he lost time. Ponte, you know, he's not been right ever since he hit that wall.
2.5 seconds now. Look how 150 is to the rest of this group, and this is on board with Wes Hurd Jr. chasing down the Brandon Kluge. Kluge could provide a shocking upset to Herd's absolute banana pace, banana rama, because he's been absolutely gunning it and putting in the work. And then Kluge out of nowhere has just been like, alright, thank you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Definitely feels like that in the moment. Kluge just found the run. And those tires are starting to just really go and really
No,
well.
where's Herd?
Again?
Where's Herd has hit the wall quite hardly.
That was quite hard. Now, has he got any engine damage? I don't think that's hard enough for engine damage. But that car was sliding. Look at the line he's taking. He's really using the error on the wall. That's a fantastic run, but he's going to be compromised. And he does not like running the bottom. Lap 141 of 367. And in fact, the Ponte has hit the cliff, it feels like. But we'll
The
keep
charge
eyes on him.
has ceased, I think.
Yeah. Pace has. Yeah. That's a shame. We'll wait and see. You can still see them. I think he's just starting to struggle right now. It's all about these two, Kluge and Herd. And just look at the different lines they're taking. Because like Kluge loves that white line. He loves running that white line, that low line. And you can see that Herd is just trying to use as much as he can up to the wall, as high as he can. There he goes, really using that high groove, that third groove as they call it. He's really trying to push. And he does get a good run. Do not get me wrong, he gets a good run. But I think they're identical in terms of speeds. Hold it 1 second. He went low. That's the first time he's gone low, Rob.
It is getting very dicey right about now.
Well, we wanted a firecracker finish. We're going to get a firecracker finish. You know, it's not about how many laps you lead. It's about where you finish at the end of the race. And it has the gap. There is a little bit more speed for Wes Herd, but he has to build this run. He had to build this, and he's gone to the inside. He's gone really low to the inside. They are going to be side by side. I know he just can't make it. He just can't make it.
He can see us. He can see us, but he just can't get there.
Just really, I'm having to like look at every angle of this like.
Oh no, Kluge slowed up. Oh,
yes.
Come on, Kluge.
Squirrely line there. Now, what's the speed differences though? They're identical. They're still identical. But look at it. It almost looks like Kluge's braking early. Or slowing down earlier. Herd can't make a move here. Lap 3, 4, 5. Coming up now. 23 laps to go. I had to do some maths.
It's the first time we've had to do maths.
For a long time. Yes, definitely.
Oh, that's going on the inside. That's Sarge's place. Hey, Sarge's place. How you doing? Great to see you back on the race. And he just...
Don't cause a caution. Don't cause a caution.
He just hit the wall. I'm so sorry.
Okay. He's not caused a caution. We're keeping this battle going. Interesting thing though, if there's a caution, do these guys pit for new tires?
That is... I don't
Well,
think
there's
they
only
would.
3 of them. There's 3 of them. There's 3 of them. You would. You got no choice. There's only 3 of them, and no one's going to be getting a lap back to be on the lead lap. If there was a caution right now, I think you would see one of these guys taking tires. But Herd is really making this line work, but there's nowhere for him to go. And he's just slow out of 4 now.
That's a massive slide there from Wes Herd, packing it in. I think that's the term, packing it in onto the 3 and 4. Oh,
he's got to run. He's got to run. But he's just no overlap. No overlap. If there was overlap, he might go for it. He's trying to force the issue right now. There's a little bit of overlap, but no, still nothing. Still nothing. He's getting desperate. You can see he's really making moves right now. He's getting desperate. He wants this. Lap 3:48. 20 laps to go. iRacing Spotter will be telling you now. 20 to go. It's tough. It's tough right now. What do they have left? I wonder actually which one of them has the better tires in this situation.
No!
Oh,
Wes Herd hit the wall. He's trying
going.
so hard, but he keeps packing it in.
The dirty air as well. The dirty air is not helping him right now. Oh, that's an interesting line from Kluge going under to get up there. Has held him a little bit. Now, what about the run that Hurd's going to get? It's a good run. It's a good run right now. There's actually quite a big difference. He might get the overlap as they go into free. He's going to get a little bit more slipstream. Backs off. And just there for the first time, I saw a proper run. I saw a proper run there from Wes. That was something that he could have worked on. If it was a bigger racetrack, he could have made that work. But reset, re-go. 31.335 for Hurd. 31.347 for Kluge. We're splitting hairs right now, Rob.
Oh, it's so close, and there's a lap car coming up, so it is going to pose a bit of a problem for the two of them. They're going to have to both get around him. Lap 350 coming to an end. It is 17 laps to go at the line.
17 to go at the line, and again, this lap car, this is the same one Scott Kukas who pulled away from them last time to give them the space, but then unfortunately lost the car on throttle. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time, but I think he will pull down to one side to let these two battle. Ponte still there. He's so far behind at the moment. He's losing tenths a lap, and when you lose tenths a lap, that gap just grows and grows and grows. Would have been a heroic story there if he could have, and there you go. Scott Kukas does pull under the line there just to let these two battle, but it feels like Kluge's starting to pull away.
Potentially. I wouldn't be surprised now either. Oh, Wes again packing it in, trying to carry some speed through on 30 lap old tyres. Can't really make the move, he's too far back.
There's nowhere to make a move. In fact, actually being a little bit further back might help him. He might be able to just calm down, get himself building again. There's 15 laps to go at the line. Another lap car there. Stuart Elder just letting him by in the Missed Apex car. He continues to go down. The gap just keeps going. He's gone a bit hot again into the corner. I might see him touch the wall. He touches the wall. I could see that coming a mile away. That was way too hot going into that corner. He wants this. He wants this bad. It's going to have to be a caution. Caution or nothing, I think, at the moment.
And, the wall is ready to greet them at every single second. And is ready to greet them, ready to hug them and destroy pieces of that car on both Kluge and Wes Hurd's car. By the way, Jason Lutteridge going up into fourth. Wolf Dietrich. He's not had. He's got that severe damage somewhere. His engine's not doing too good. He's losing speed.
Oh yeah, he's doing some really slow times at the moment. 32.8 was his last lap time. And it's just caused a little bit of, where's he going? Where's he going? Is he letting them down low? But that was a late move to let them down low. That may have just hindered Kluge a little bit as Hurd. He gets the run. He's not going to be able to make a move, but he'll be able to catch up and just be a little bit closer. Don't think it's going to happen at the moment. 3.55, 3.67. Slowly, we're seeing the end, and we're seeing a very entertaining finish right now. And as I was just saying, he's caught up. Hurd's caught up right now, but that gap just continues to pull away. He's unable to get on the throttle. He's losing the car. I think he's cooked the tires. I think Hurd's cooked the tires.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if he has cooked the tires. He's been following way too close and trying to battle too much on used rubber. But he's gone back again. He is coming back. He's coming back to him.
He likes it with the older tires. He really finds a sweet spot with these older tires, and he is actually just making a little bit more time up here. He is starting to be a little bit faster. 31.578 for Hurd. It was a 31.581 for Kluge. It is slightly faster. I am right. And that line he's just taken, that's an interesting line exit there of two. He's just taken, losing a bit more time. I do feel that grip's starting to go in those tires for Hurd. But he is finding ways to catch up to Kluge. But this is a man. You can see how much this victory would mean to Wes Hurd right now. He is really pushing for this. 10 to go.
Wes Hurd Jr. is doing his absolute best to hold it.
I think one of them's going to hit the wall. They're really pushing this hard right now. I don't think I'd be able to do this right now. There is a lap car. It's Jason Lutford up ahead. if he pulled to one side, he doesn't have to worry about losing P4 at the moment with Hoto down on power.
He's already 7 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah. And he does indeed, and this is going to be a bit dicey. He lets one by. Can he let Herd by? He does, but Wes is losing time here. Wes is losing a lot of time. He gets it back in the corners, but then on throttle, he's unable to. So maybe he's got some sort of aero damage, because it should not be happening right now.
I mean, this is how close they're following each other, and you can just see, even though they're both close to the wall, Brandon Kluge's lines are actually a little less steep. Wes is having to wiggle his way through the corner and try and keep the car under control. Oh, he's packed it in very hard there. Does he come up towards the wall?
He's going to hit it. Keeps it out. He keeps it out. Just fighting at the moment.
Oh,
actually,
that was a mistake.
Kluge making a hit. Kluge's made the hit on the wall. Is there a run here for Wes? There isn't at the moment. Well, one of them hit the wall. I didn't think it would be Kluge. This is going to change everything now. So it's getting to 361. Golly, the pros have gone into another caution. Will we see another caution in this as we're getting so close? Herd trying to really send it in. Does he have the run? No. All of a sudden, there's no speed out of 2 for Wes Herd.
And Brandon Kluge is holding on for dear life as he is holding a very high line. That is going to be Wes Herd having to look on his inside and just having to suss it out as best he can. A little bit of a wobble from Kluge coming into the 1-2.
One of them's going to hit the wall. One of them's going to hit the wall. They've gone very tight. And Kluge's had to back out a little bit. He's had to lift off the throttle. And this could be a run for Wes right now. I don't think he's got the straight line speed. He's trying and trying and trying right now. But you could just see they're both pushing these cars to the rickety-raggedy edge right now. And now, again, Herd's found that groove. He's found that top groove again. He's found himself that rhythm. Losing a bit of time again to Kluge. What is going on right now? Who has the damage? Who wants this victory the most? 5 to go.
Brandon Kluge looking ever so shaky. He's having to hold off a concerted effort by Wes Herd to overtake him. 5 laps to go, and on the inside he's packed it in the mid corner. The 0-1-2, no, he can't do it. Too much speed lost. The gap opens up. Coming on to 4 laps to go. Brandon Kluge will have put a absolute upset on Wes Herd's chances as Wes Herd tries to keep it out of the wall, as does Brandon Kluge. This is absolutely going to be one of the most sensational finishes. 2 tenths separating each other after 363 laps. 367 to do, and that is Wes Herd. He's hit the wall. The car's coming down. He recovers, but he's lost a severe amount of time doing so. 363. That is 364. 3 laps to go.
And there's a lap car in front of both of them. It's Jan Brony. And Wes Herd's having trouble. He's almost tucked the wall again. He's sliding into these corners. Brony finally left them by. And that could have been crucial. If Herd didn't have that mistake, Kluge may have been caught up there. And still, Herd doing all he can to catch up right now. It's not working. He gets it in the corners. He comes on the throttle. There's nothing there. The wheels are giving him nothing. It's giving it all she can, Catton. There's nothing left. 366. 2 to go.
And you can
This is
just
it.
see. This is it. With 2 laps to go here at the European Sportsman, Wes Herd sees the opportunity. That is Brandon Kluge holding him up at just 2 tenths of a second between the two of them. This will go to a white flag lap. There is no more time for them to make any sort of which way to try and secure themselves a green-white checkered. White flag's been flown, and that is going to be absolutely chaotic for Wes Herd because he's on all tires. He's not able to pass.
He's making the move. He's making the move.
Trying to make the move. Coming into 1 and 2. He's hit the wall very hard. He's slid down to the bottom, and I think with that, he has conceded. There is too much to carry on. He's slid all the way through 1 and 2, and he's got terminal damage of some sort. And that is Brandon Kluge, your race winner.
What a finish. Wes tried everything. Absolutely everything for that. He did everything he could. You could see he pushed that final corner as hard as he could. Just had nothing left. Did he run out of tires? Did he hit the wall? Or, we've got to say it, did Kluge pull off a masterstroke in the pits? Did he do adjustments? We don't know. What a finish that was. Fantastic by everybody. Brandon Kluge, where are you, my friend? You've just won the Southern 500. Burn him down, my friend.
I think he is, actually.
Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. He is indeed burning it down. And I don't blame him one bit. What a victory.
I think this calls for another picture.
And now he's doing the Polish lap.
What's
Absolutely fantastic.
What's
going
that?
backwards.
Why would you want to go backwards?
You wave to the crowd because you're on the driver's side. You know, the driver's side is the left side of the car. So if you go clockwise, you're right next to the fans.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
Right, I will let you go. I just need to quickly pop somewhere. I will let you go over the results. Not that it will take very long, but that was one hell of a race.
It was indeed. It was indeed. And this is the man that won it. Hey, congratulations to Brandon Kluge, your race winner for the European Sportsman, as the guys over at GSRC have 4 to go. They'll be... Oh, they just had a massive accident as well coming on through there. But well done to Brandon Kluge. An excellent race and just about pipped the post. And we have people actually waiting for us. I think that is going to be Kluge himself. I'm going to drag him in. Kluge. Willkommen und congratulations on your pole and win. Well done.
Thank you. Man, that was a tough race.
How was it out there?
Well, first 260 laps, I destroyed my car. Luckily, I had that fast repair at the end. I was able to use it, and I think that that's what really helped me.
And were you expecting to be, expecting to be P1 after 367 of them?
Not at all. That last caution, thank goodness I needed the tires too. I didn't drive as hard as I did that first, the caution before then, so I kind of just stayed behind Wes and just kind of bided my time, saved tires a little bit, and chilled behind him until I found a way to get around him. And then from then on, I was just watching him, trying to stay in front of him. And then, man, what a race. That was fun at the end with Wes.
Yeah, Brandon, fantastic driving, Brandon. I've just got to say, it was fantastic. Did you think about doing any adjustments in that final stop? Because it looked like you just found the right pace at the right time there at the end, and it just felt like you probably made an adjustment of some sort of, like you were saying, as well as keeping the car out of the wall, because I did see a lot of damage on you at one point. But did you think about making any adjustments at the end?
So the biggest thing I did was on the track in 3 and 4. I backed it off a lot more that last 40 lap run just to kind of conserve my tires on the exit of 3, and I think that helped me tremendously.
I actually did see that. I was watching both of you, and I was just thinking to myself, oh, Wes is just catching up there. Wes is just doing anything. Did you see him hitting the wall a lot, or were you just more focused on what you were doing in the corners? Because there were also a couple of times where he was trying to just get that overlap in 3 and 4. I don't know if you had a spotter call on that, but I noticed just a small overlap happening between the two of you. Were you worried? Because I don't know if the bottom line was slower for you all day, because it did feel with some of the drivers were having success with that bottom line.
So in 3 and 4, yeah, at the end there, I was watching my mirror more than anything, just watching Wes, seeing what he was doing. I did see him get in the wall, and that helped me keep going, because I knew he was driving as hard as he could to get to me, so he's burning his tires up. And then the bottom of 3 and 4, when he was on the inside there, it's tough on the exit because you're already down there and you're trying to get an exit. But if you hit that apron, you're going to upset the car. So the best thing for me was try to enter in the middle, let it drift up to the high side, and then try to exit low on that dotted line.
I mean, I don't really know if there's anything else to add. Rob, I don't know if you've got anything to add.
I don't have anything else other than any shout-outs or any thanks you'd like to give.
Yeah, first off, I'd like to thank my wife because she watches the kids while I do this. Big shout out to Tom, team owner of HW Racing, big win. And another shout out to Falcon Race Wraps, who made this sweet looking throwback scheme. And he also coached me during the practice sessions throughout the week. So big shout out to him as well too.
So what are you gonna do now? Now the 4 hours are over because you've been in this practice an hour beforehand. It's been 3 hours and 30 minutes. What are you gonna do now? Chill with the kids?
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do right now.
Brandon, we won't hold you up any longer. We'll let you go and enjoy quality time with the family. Congratulations once again for a fantastic finish. Hopefully we see you at the next round, but all the best.
Awesome, thanks guys, appreciate it.
So from one podium sitter to another, who at one stage I thought was about to have his worst result of the season, is Adam Ponte. I feel like we see you every month. Hello, Adam. How are you? How's your month been?
Hello, gentlemen. Well, first I'll apologize to you guys because last race I didn't see you guys. I did not come in for my interview last time. So nice to be back with you, gentlemen, again. It was a grueling race, especially with as few yellows as we had. And first of all, congrats to Brandon. He ran a great race, all race. I was racing with him in the beginning, and then we kind of got off strategy. He did a great job. He deserved the win. Wes did a great job. That's a shame what happened to David because I feel like he had a podium car as well. And every time he had problems, I was in it with him too. So I guess I got the lucky end of that though because he got more damage than I did. But yeah, man, I'll tell you, I'm just relieved it's over. I'm glad to get out of here with a podium and go on to F1.
So tell me, there's one thing I noticed, and when you watch the race back tomorrow, you'll probably see it. I'm not going to spoil anything. I was saying a couple things about you. It felt like I don't know if this is right, or you can probably correct me. It felt like you were struggling with the pace in the longer runs. Is that true?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's something about the way I drive. I am always rough on the tires. Like when we go to sports car races where I know I'm going to have to double stint the tires, I'm always dreading that because I'm just rough on tires in every car. I don't know why. It's just something about the way I drive. And obviously here with the way tire wear is that it's just magnified to the extreme. So yeah, I was struggling. I mean, even the guys that were a few laps down when I would be on a long run, I mean, I'm just in their way. So but yeah, that was one thing I worked on, and I got actually better at it. So this is about as good as I can do.
Also, you must have been loving it then when you saw the, there was a caution with just 60 laps to go. You must have been loving it. But what happened to cause a end of line penalty? I did not catch what happened.
I didn't have a penalty there. I was the lucky dog.
Of course you were. Yeah, I forgot that. I was like, why has he got a penalty? I couldn't work it out. Then I forgot you were lucky dog. I mean, I know there was only like 10 of you on the field. You must have been dreading trying to get through the rest of the field to try and catch up with the leaders. I don't know what the thought process was there, but to me that would have just put me with a lot of anxiety on that restart. I don't know if you had that.
Well, for sure. Obviously, I mean, even I told the guys this before the race in the NSIM chat. Even when you're trying to let somebody go, it can be hairy here. So even knowing most of the guys were going to let me go, it's still dangerous. So, but yeah, I was a little disappointed with that just because the run before that, when I was still a lap down, I was actually able to keep pace with those guys for a while. So I felt like if I could have restarted with them, maybe I could have gave them a run for their money. But I think I was about a third or fourth place car. So to get third, I mean, I can't complain. The cautions didn't fall the way I needed them to. But you know what, though? I've had a lot of great luck this year. So I can't complain. I'm just happy to finish this race, honestly, and get third. I'm pretty happy.
You also had the fastest lap of the race, the only driver in the 28s. I don't know if you were aware of that.
No. I knew I had good short run speed. But yeah, I mean, even at that last run there, once I got clear of traffic, I was catching those guys like 0.3 a lap. But then that lasted for about 8 laps, and then I burned the tires off of it, and I was just crawling. So, yeah, who knows? I mean, how it could have turned out, but you know, what if? It's still a great result, and you know, those guys deserve their finishes. And congrats again to Brandon. He did a great job.
Yeah, great running by Brandon, great running by Wes. Once again, still leading the championship. Rob, I don't know if you've got anything to say.
Yeah, he did actually mention something. How excited are you for the Monza Grand Prix?
Oh yeah. How excited are you, Adam? We've already talked about it on broadcast.
Well, historically, I don't do so well in Formula One, so Monza. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I get the impression that's one of the relatively easier F1 tracks, if you can call any of them easy. But
wow,
ish.
I wouldn't call them easy though. But yeah, historically, I don't do so well in those cars. But actually, this is my best result in a Cup car. So, you know what? I'll practice and I'll do my best, and we'll see. I think we'll have a couple of guys come in for that race that you haven't seen the last few races that are going to be fast, and you know, I'm just aiming for podiums, top fives. You know, just try to do as best I can. So, yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Rich. He was watching part of the broadcast. I sent it to him. He's a big race fan. So, what's going on, Rich? I did my best, man.
You did indeed do your best, Adam. P3 as well. Fantastic. Keeping up with those drivers. Congratulations on the podium. Not probably the way you wanted it with David having that crash, but a podium is still a podium. So congratulations, Adam. Hopefully, well, we will see you at Monza. I can't wait for that. And maybe we'll see you again. Top 5, as you're saying. He is the championship leader, ladies and gentlemen, in the Sportsman series. Who knows what happens? If he keeps consistent, we may be talking about him as the champion later. Adam, all the best. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you next month.
Thanks, guys. Always nice to see you.
Appreciate you, Adam. Now,
Rob.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's the end. The end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. But it is the end of the broadcast today. And of course, as a reminder, where is this car?
Oh, Scott, yeah. A reminder, today's charity, of course, is...
Sarge's Place.
Yeah, Sergeant's Place. So once again, Sergeant's Place, shout out to them for as the charity today. Shout out as well to trackcams22.com providing the cameras that Rob has been using. Shout out to Rob for the fantastic work on the cameras today as well. He's not an oval specialist, but he's done fantastic. If you like what you see, of course, hit the thumbs up and the subscription button and that bell when you get notified when we're going live again. We're going live next Saturday, by the way, the finale of the Predator series at Virginia International Raceway. If you've never watched it, the Predator series is nothing but chaos, and it is fantastic. Like a kind of chaos. If you'd like to join our Discord link as well underneath the video, as I was saying as well, trackcams22.com. We've been going live now for over 3.5 hours. I don't know how me or Rob are alive, but we are alive. Rob, what is your name again?
My name is Robert O'Brien.
And my name has been Craig King. This is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.